Well, all right, chat.
Welcome in, everyone.
Welcome to episode 7.
7. We're back on episode 7 already. Crazy to think that we're so close to 10.
I know. We hit them double digits.
Yep, double digits.
I think we should do something special for episode 10.
I don't know what we would do for 10, but we'll figure it out. We still got 2 more episodes before we get to 10, so we'll see what we do. Maybe we'll do like a little giveaway or something.
Don't you mean 3?
Oh, wait. No, 2, because 9, because then we would have to be working on episode 10.
What about 8?
Well, 8, yeah. What about 8?
8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I'm just saying 2 because we're going to be doing 8 and 9, and then it leads up to 10, so that's when we're going to come up with the idea for 10.
That's true. Yeah, we'll figure something out. I think we can do something pretty interesting for everybody that's out there watching.
Hopefully we can make it, hopefully we can make it fun. Maybe extra long, even though we've already had our last podcast was actually pretty long, which I was not expecting it to be that long.
It was close to 2 hours.
Yeah, close to 2 hours.
Or was it just over 2 hours?
It was like, I think when I uploaded it, I think it was like, after I cut up everything, it was like an hour and 55 minutes.
It's pretty damn close.
I know, pretty damn close. Yeah. But it was definitely interesting because we got through that 2 hours. I didn't even feel like it was 2 hours. Like we just were talking.
Yeah.
Endlessly about tons of stuff, so.
Time just kind of zips by.
I know, exactly.
Look down.
Time zips by when you're having fun.
Exactly. Let's go over some quick topic discussions today. What are some things that what is your guilty pleasure? Something you like to do, off camera.
Off camera when no one knows. I don't know. You want to go first? I kind of want to know what yours is, actually.
My guilty pleasures? I like to go to the movies to watch movies alone.
Okay. That's not really guilty pleasure. Why do you don't need to feel shame going by yourself to the movies?
Are you kidding me, dude? People will be like, "Well, fuck this loner going to the movies by himself." It's people
could be very
people
judgy.
Will judge you for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No.
You know what?
So yeah, I do enjoy going to the movies by myself. I love going to the movies with you guys and my family and then friends and things like that. But I don't know. There's just something about catching a matinee movie with an empty theater. Kind of feels like I'm getting a private screening all to myself.
Yeah.
So I definitely do enjoy that.
You get to just focus on just watching a movie. You don't have to know if there's anyone sitting next to you or anything, I guess.
No.
Especially if it's an empty theater.
Dude, here in Uptown, when I go to the matinee movies, I hardly ever see anybody in the movies. It's pretty cool.
Because mostly, nice. I feel like when people come to the movie theater here, it's during the weekend or during the $5 days, which are I think Tuesday and Thursday. I think is usually when there's more people there, but other than that, it's usually kind of empty. But hey, it's kind of cool that it's still cool that we still have a movie theater so close by here instead of us having to go to another theater, which we still go to. But it's nice to know when there's actually a movie that we're excited to see, but not I need to go to a cool movie theater. Yeah. I can just go up the street. And,
I don't need to see it in 4DX or.
Yeah, I can just go up the street and watch movies there, especially since they have a bunch of restaurants around here too. You kind of make a whole day out of it. So definitely cool.
I would say that's my guilty pleasure.
I think mine's a very interesting one. I guess. I think this one will probably be a weird one, but pretty much, I don't know why, but you know, how men have colognes and stuff. I use cologne and everything, but I also like using some, not all of them, but a couple ones that smell good that are perfume. Wise, I don't know why.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Cause I had one that was recent. It was just it wasn't too girly. It was actually pretty subtle and it smelled pretty good. And I was cause sometimes there's colognes that I come across and I'm I'm gonna spend $100+ and this doesn't even smell good.
You're musky.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty much I don't have I have a couple and I don't know. I just like it. It just changes it up. But I know that people would probably think that's weird because it's a guy using perfume. You're supposed to be using cologne like a man. So that's probably one of my guilty pleasures that I don't really talk about too much.
Okay. I don't see anything wrong with that. You smell good, you smell good.
I know. Exactly. That's what I think about it too. Yeah. I'm hey, if it makes me smell good, who cares what scent it is?
Yeah. I know for me, sometimes when I run out of body soap and I use my girlfriend's body soap, and I'm I feel fabulous.
I do that too. With my ex, she had shampoo, and sometimes when I was out of body wash or shampoo, I would use hers, and I was I smell I come out, I'm smell like a flower.
I'm a bad bitch.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I don't know, chat. You let us know. What are your guilty pleasures in the chat?
What are your guilty pleasures, man?
Why don't you tell us what you think of our guilty pleasures? Are we weird for wanting to go to the movies alone? Are we weird for wanting to wear perfume?
I know.
I'm let us know, please.
Yes.
Okay, what if you were, since I know you and I were both kind of playing Silent Hill F and Resident Evil 9, if you're stuck in a horror game and you had to choose between Resident Evil 9 or Silent Hill F, which one would you rather be stuck in?
Ooh.
I think you and I are gonna have the same.
Honestly, I think Silent Hill F. I would
Really?
not want to be in Resident Evil. I wouldn't mind being in Resident Evil 9. They're kind of like, except when you fight like the big old like tyrants and stuff. But like other than that, it's like the zombies are pretty basic. Like they're like there's nothing to really worry about. But like in Silent Hill F, just watching the gameplay, having to go through pretty much trauma and all the different enemies you have to deal with, especially when you have to fight the big old like big one that's like pretty strong.
The goop monster.
And then, just there's so much things. And then just like the certain environments that you're in Silent Hill F, I would not want to be in those, especially like I think in like the beginning of the game when you have to go do that puzzle when you first meet your husband.
Oh, yeah.
Your husband.
Husbando.
And you have that guy, that enemy, and you kill him, but then he just comes back to life. And then it's like you're trying to do the puzzle, but it's like he keeps on coming back to life, and you're just like the tension of you trying to do that puzzle, and you're trying to figure. Because if I remember right, when I was watching you play it, like it took you a while to figure out that puzzle because you're like, where the hell am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do?
Stupid. Yeah, because it doesn't give you the map exploration until you've gone through the section. So it's like you have to map it yourself and then open it up and figure out where to go.
But I would not want to be in Silent Hill, especially. Well, I guess Silent Hill in general because it takes out it brings out your deepest like fears or your nightmares or also your inner demons and everything. So like I'd rather not deal with that. I'd rather just deal with zombies than having to deal with that, honestly.
And I figured you and I would have the same answer. That would be my answer as well. I would rather be stuck in the Resident Evil franchise only because like we have access to weapons and like real life things. Like we could literally drive away, take a helicopter or plane somewhere. You know, when you're in Silent Hill, if you're stuck in that realm of all these crazy things.
I think the one type of zombie world I would not want to be in is probably, honestly, I Am Legend.
Ooh,
remember that movie?
Yes.
Like I don't know, they're not necessarily zombies, but they're like infected, but they're like run super fast and they can be like super because they're intelligent, so they can be like super sneaky. I would not want to deal with those guys at all.
No, give me the Resident Evil zombies.
Yeah, give me the Resident Evil zombies, except the lickers. That's the only. I think the lickers and the tyrants are the only things that I would not want to deal with. But
and the dogs.
It's only if you're the main character that you have to deal with those ones. If you're just one of the side characters and you're just minding your own business, you probably won't ever come in contact with any of those big boys.
Very true. No, yeah, I kind of figured you and I would have the same because I'm like, hey, no way I want to be stuck in the Silent Hill franchise. There's way too many things going on in there, and I would hate to be stuck in some realm I could never escape out of.
Exactly, infinite loops. To relive all your trauma over and over again.
Exactly. Okay, so both of us are in Resident Evil 9. What weapon would you want for like the survival?
Honestly, I would always bring a katana with me, honestly. Like they say, weapons, what is it? Weapons don't need reloading.
It's true.
What's the quote? I think that's the quote.
Then it's durability.
Yeah, it's durability. You do have to maintain it still, though, because it loses its sharpness over time. But I'd rather have that because, especially depending on how bad the apocalypse is, you're probably going to find bullets every now and then, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Get lucky.
I mean, I would like to have like a mix of both. At least one good melee weapon like a sword or a katana, like you said, and at least one good gun.
I think I would want if I was to bring a gun with me, too, it would probably be like maybe a shotgun, I think.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
there are some downsides to it. But
yeah. I don't know. I think a shotgun or just maybe something with just precision because then you just go with the headshots every single time. And usually that's how the zombies die.
If we're talking like real life scenarios and like not what like the game engine would.
I wouldn't pick a shotgun or sniper.
Yeah.
I've never used those in the day of my life, so I would probably suck at shooting those in real life. I'd be fine in the games to shoot them, but in real life, I would be horrible at shooting. You would have to teach me. I
would definitely have to go with the classic Resident Evil and 92 FS, the Beretta. That's in every game. I own one, and that's a phenomenal. It was actually my first purchase, and I only bought it based off of that game because I loved it so much.
Okay, nice.
I didn't know anything about it other than the game, and I was like, I like the way it looks. I'm like, I'm hoping it shoots great.
Which gun? Which game? Which Resident Evil was that in?
It's in all of them.
Is it?
I believe in Resident Evil, the very first one. One of the guns you first start off with is a. I know they don't call it that, but it is.
But you're like, I know what that is.
I'm like, it's a Beretta 92 FS.
Yeah, because I can never name. I think in most games they can't name the guns based on the actual gun in real life. Yeah,
and then Chris and Leon both use them in different games and movies that they've been in, like especially the animated ones. I'm like, oh, that's like.
I have not seen any of the animated ones, but we just had a conversation before we started this podcast saying that a lot of the animated movies are canon to the universe. So I'm like, oh, now I gotta watch them.
The last one he had mentioned, I forgot what it was, but that was a good one.
Okay.
Really good one.
Because I remember seeing those, but then I was like, these are probably, because usually when I see movies like animated films like that for big franchises, I feel like they're just like side things usually. So when I saw it, I'm like, oh, it looks pretty good, but I was like, I don't know if it necessarily is going to add anything to the story, but apparently from what I just heard, they're like, oh no, this is why this happened, and this and this and this and this, because you had to watch that movie. It's like, oh, now I got to watch a movie. It gives me more Resident Evil, because honestly, after finishing Resident Evil 9, which we will get to later on, after finishing it, I was like, man, I just want to be stuck in the Resident Evil universe. So I guess being able to watch the movies just keeps me in the universe a little bit longer. So,
oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. A few other things, obviously, we're going to cover today in the chat. We're going to go over some pop culture news, a couple things, trailers.
Something new. I don't know how well this is going to go, but we decided let's start trying to add some news, because I feel like there's always news things every single week. So I feel like we should probably have our take on some of this stuff, especially in like gaming, movies and stuff. So
and there was a lot of good stuff that recently came out.
Yeah.
So
a lot of interesting stuff. So this is gonna be a new segment for us. We'll probably end up if people enjoy it, or also too, we might just keep it in. So keep it in. So pretty much we'll probably end up keeping this segment in every single news or every single podcast. So then you'll get your news every single time you come into this podcast now. So you already get your arc raiders every single time you come into this podcast. Now you'll get your gaming news and movie or pop culture news in general in our future podcasts. So that should be fun.
Definitely. And then obviously we're going to cover Arc Raiders Grind between me and him. And then we'll talk about our horror reviews on Resident Evil 9 and Silent Hill F, since now he's done with it.
I did finish it.
Now
Stayed up all night yesterday to fucking finish it.
All for you, chap. All for you.
Oh, that's the first time. I was like, that's the first time I've ever cursed. I don't think I've cursed too much on this podcast, and I actually just cursed right there. Oh, interesting.
Bad boy.
I know, bad boy. We're going to get, if we were getting monetized for this, we'd get demonetized for saying that.
Okay. Let's talk about movies.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, brand new day trailer.
What
are your thoughts?
I saw that trailer. It looked all right. I think we were talking about it briefly before we got into this podcast. Or I think he's actually more interested in it than me. Like, I don't think it's necessarily bad, but I don't know. I feel like they're trying to, from just the trailer itself, it looks like they're kind of trying to do too much in just one movie, because you have like the friendships that he ended up leaving behind in the previous movie. You have Scorpion getting introduced. You have the Hand getting introduced into the universe. Then Punisher's getting his own little thing. And then Sadie Sink's character, which we still don't know who that's going to be, if it's going to be Jean Grey, or people are now speculating that might be Jean Grey's and Cyclops' or not. Is it Cyclops? No. Cyclops' daughter, something like that. So yeah, so there's a lot of speculation of what her character is. So it's like, that's already like many different aspects getting put into a movie. And it's just like, and depending on how long the movie is, it's just like, are they gonna have enough time to talk about all of this? Because usually they end up releasing like how long it's gonna run, especially when we get close to it. And if it's like, oh, it's only gonna be an hour and a half, I'll be like, how are you gonna do all that in an hour and a half?
It needs to be 2 hours minimum.
And I think it's interesting story to go through, because now he's like slowly losing his power, kind of like losing his power. I don't know if he's losing his powers, but he's definitely feeling like a different type of way, where it feels like he's trying to be like the way they're kind of putting in the trailer, that he's slowly becoming an actual spider.
Yeah, like the man spider.
Yeah. So then, then also too, I forgot they have whole Bruce Banner's character in the game in that movie too. So it's just like all these components are going to get put into this movie, and it's just like, are they going to be able to balance it all and give you like a decent background on each of these characters Because also too, with like Punisher in the trailer, he already knows him, because he's like, hey Frank, like, what's up, like, what are you doing, kind of like thing. And it's just like, wait, how does he know the Punisher? And he like, that hasn't been mentioned like in the Spider-Verse, that the Punisher is around in the city. So like, how does he know like him like by name? And it already seems like he's familiar with what the Punisher's into. So it's just like, I don't know, like, that's kind of weird. I'm like, I hope they give us like a background maybe of the Punisher, and not just like, oh no, he's been in the universe all along. Which I always kind of hate with things, like when they try to implement something, it's like always like, oh well, he's been in this story all along, it's just that he wasn't talked about, or he wasn't in the movies or anything, he was on the side doing his other things. It's like, that's kind of a cheap way to be like, I couldn't come up with anything, so we're just gonna be like, he was in the universe all along. But the trailer still looked cool. I'm still not hating it or anything, but I definitely will go see it, because I liked all the other previous movies, like Far From Home, No Way Home, and of course the first one, Homecoming. They're all pretty good.
Definitely.
So, yeah, definitely excited to see what they do with it, and hopefully they balance it all out. But it's just a little overwhelming. I feel like there's going to be a lot of stuff to go through in that one. And also, too, I think the other weird thing is that they're giving Tom Holland's Peter Parker like webbing from inside of him, like which was like
Tobey Maguire's
I know, which
Spider-Man.
was like going with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, like that thing. And I was like, I don't know. I think that I kind of liked him having like the cartridges and all that stuff, because that's like kind of like true to like the Spider-Mans that I know of from like the comics and stuff. And so like adding, and that was like always like special to like Tobey Maguire's like Spider-Man, especially like in was it No Way Home?
Yeah.
When he's like. It's like when they all talk about where they get their webs. It's
Oh,
like, I just shoot out of me. And then that's when Thomas says, like, does it come out of? It's like, does it just come out of your wrists, or does it come out of somewhere else? And like all of them were shocked that Tobey Maguire just had it built inside of him. So like that made him stand out. And now that they're kind of trying to implement that into Tom Holland's Spider-Man, I don't know if I necessarily like that. It could be interesting story that he's becoming a Spider-Man, an actual spider, and that's the lead up to that. But I don't know. It's I haven't had much hope in MCU in the last recent of releases, like all the projects they have. There's been some couple ones that I enjoyed, but that were like in the very beginning of the saga, which is called the Multiverse Saga. But I feel like we haven't really got too many things that were tied to the multiverse in some of these projects that I've seen. Because I haven't seen all of them, but it definitely doesn't feel like a multiverse saga, really, from what I've seen. So the first like couple projects that I saw, which was like WandaVision, was like very like good multiverse, and like I was like you could see where the story's going. And then like a couple projects did follow that in the beginning, but then it kind of, I don't know, every single project kind of became its own thing, and kind of I feel like pulled away from the multiverse like saga story. So it's just like, I don't know, it's very weird. But we could probably definitely deep dive, because we have tons of thoughts about the MCU and its current state. So we'll probably end up saving that for another topic, because we can honestly probably be here for like 30-45 minutes just talking about the MCU. So
one word, it's trash now.
So definitely what do you call it? Speculate, what would you call it? Like I can't think of the word. Well, for some reason. Like just like I'm not hyped for it, like I'm very in the middle.
Okay.
I'm very in the middle. I guess that's the best way to say it, because I don't know why I can't think of the word right now. But like I'm very in the middle. Like I don't hate it. I'm not necessarily like super hyped up for it.
You're like, neutral.
Yeah, neutral. There you go. I don't know why I can't think of the word.
Okay.
All right. But what are your thoughts on it? Because I know you had a totally different view from me.
Oh yeah. I'm excited for it. I love this iteration of Spider-Man. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man or Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. They're unique in their own aspect, but like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, I think is more. I feel like it's more believable on a personal level as Spider-Man. I feel like there's more of an emotional connection to the characters that he is friends with or family with versus like the other Spider-Mans. I mean, I know Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, it was all about Mary Jane and like his grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of felt like there was a disconnect between them anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, it was mainly just about Gwen Stacy, but like
grief,
yeah, she dies.
Because he also he goes through grief there, because he loses Gwen Stacy, and then he also loses Gwen Stacy's father in the first one. Mm-hmm. So he's like, I forget how they described it, like each Spider-Man. Like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was grief, Tobey Maguire's was anger, I think. Mm-hmm. That's like his whole story, and then Tom Holland's was like fear. And I was like, that's actually kind of an interesting way to put each Spider-Man's like what they go through in their movies. And I was like, I guess that kind of goes like fear for for Tom Holland, not like being up to the standards that Tony Stark placed for him and everything, and then like grief because pretty much Andrew Garfield loses Gwen Stacy and her father before that, and like even that's what hits hard too. He loses the dad, Gwen Stacy's dad, and he's like, hey, protect Gwen Stacy at all costs or something like that, and then like literally after that, the next movie, she dies, and it's just like you could just see like, damn, I couldn't even keep that promise for that guy for his like last like wish and everything. So that was like definitely a hit right there. It's like, oh yeah, grief is perfect, and then anger. I guess anger. I think that was the one where I was more like, I don't know if I can necessarily see Tobey Maguire like as an anger type of storyline. I think it's just more. I don't know how you would describe it, but I was like, I don't know. Like, anger kind of suits it, but then I don't know. But go ahead.
I'm excited to see where this movie goes. I mean, it does seem like they're throwing a lot of things at once. You know, we do have the Punisher, the Scorpion, the Hand, like you said. I'm just kind of interested to see where they're going to go with all that. Are we going to get the Sinister Six? I don't think we are, but like that would be kind of cool to see.
You never know. We almost got the Sinister Six in Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So maybe this is them making it up.
Maybe, yeah. I know. That would be so cool.
That would be cool. I would definitely love to see that because that's in Spider-Man 1, the video game, which is freaking phenomenal. I never finished it, but I hear it's freaking phenomenal, like the story for the first one.
It's a classic for sure. And I'm excited for it. I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I feel like he's like a really good pick for it. Like in comparison to who we've had before, I think he's bright for the times that we're in now. The trailer,
definitely more modern.
Yeah.
Type of Spider-Man.
Definitely the trailer. I mean, it kind of seems like they're going to go back on, you know, he wipes everybody's memory and he wants his friends back and stuff because he's alone.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping we don't go down that path.
Like, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, I don't mind him getting his friends back and like Zendaya's character, which is MJ as well. I don't mind them getting back his friends, but I feel like they shouldn't be doing it in the next movie because the whole point of the last movie was that's what they always say. It's Peter's sacrifice to be like to let them live a normal life. Let them be able to go to school, do all that stuff. And then in this trailer, it already seems like he's trying to like connect back with them already. And it does I think there's like a scene with him and Zendaya where it looks like they're having a one-on-one moment. And I was like, please, like, I don't mind. Like, again, I don't mind the relationship and all that stuff. It's just, I would want that as a build-up for the next movie.
Yeah.
But who knows? They might end up doing it for the next movie, and they're just doing that as the setup. Like they have that one-on-one, and she still doesn't know like entirely who he is, and still trying to learn about who he is. So they could definitely do that. But then I feel like also too, there's like a part of me that thinks that they're just gonna be like, oh no, they're back together already, or he gets his friends back, and it's just like, then what was the whole point of the last movie then? Like there wasn't a consequence for that because then he just ended up getting his friends back.
True.
So
yeah, I don't want that to happen. I just stick with Spider-Man stuff only.
And also too, what I kind of hope for also, like, I don't mind the relationship, but at the same time, we've always had like that MJ relationship. I would like a Black Cat relationship because he does have a relationship with Black Cat in some of the comics from what I know, and I feel like that's never been explored in any of the Spider-Man movies, even with, like the ones before that.
True. And
I would love to see her get introduced into this like newer Spider-Man, which would be more interesting because we've never seen a Black Cat, so being able to get that into this like more newer Spider-Man, I think would be cool, and have him explore other options of like beyond just the MJ and Peter Parker relationship. So I don't think they're going to do that. No. I feel like it's just going to be an MJ type of thing, but it would definitely be exciting, and it definitely would probably they would gain my full support again with the MCU, with the Spider-Man at least, if they ended up introducing like Black Cat as like a new character, and that's like his new like relationship. That would be cool. But
yeah.
Well, no, who knows? We'll see.
Definitely.
Any other thoughts?
Any other thoughts? Let me see. I know it's going to be his last Spider-Man movie, so I think it's going to be a good send-off, whatever it is.
I don't think it's going to be his last Spider-Man
It's going to be his last solo Spider-Man movie, but he's going to be part of, like, you know, the Secret Wars and, you know, Planet Doom and all that stuff.
I don't know. I think since this is, like, a new phase for this for his Spider-Man and, like, the direction they're going with him, I definitely feel like this is the beginning of another trilogy. Like another set of 3 movies. So I feel like we're going to get another one after this, and then we're going to get a third one. I feel like that's going to be the end of like his Spider-Man after that. Because it'd be kind of weird to be like, we do this movie, there's a lot of cool things that get added into this movie, and then it's just like, oh, this is his last Spider-Man movie, and that's it. And it's like, no, I feel like they're definitely setting up to at least have 2 more movies.
Maybe, but if things go according to the way the comics are for like Planet Doom and like Doomsday and all that, it's going to be a complete wipe of the MCU, and they're going to start fresh with the new X-Men and then whatever else comes after.
I keep on hearing that they're just going to end up rebooting it, so it's not like they're going to continue the story from where the multiverse saga ends. It's just going to be, like you said, it's just going to be end up resetting, so it's going to be like we're watching phase 1 all over again with the new movies. So it'd be kind of weird if they did that. But
it's for a new generation of people watching. It's not. Yeah. We've already seen everything and invested our time into it, so it's going to be for a new wave of people to be like, oh, I don't understand anything that's going on. Well, we don't have to. It's brand new now.
Yeah.
You know.
It definitely would be how they end up doing it pretty much, or how they end up setting that reboot, I feel like would be what keeps me interested. I guess I would be interested in a reboot because at least we'll be getting a lot of newer, like the same movies we're already familiar with, but then in different takes. But then at the same time, I don't know if I would necessarily want to see it because like I've already seen this movie multiple, like an Iron Man multiple times, or all these other like superheroes, and then it's like they reboot it, and then you're gonna get like all the Iron Man movies. You're gonna get all that, and it's like
we may get those,
or if they do reboot it, I would love to see that. But I would love to see newer MCU characters in that have not gotten a movie get added to this new saga, and I think I would be more interested in that because we're getting new players into the game that we've never seen on screen in live action. That would be cool.
Oh, most definitely. I think that's good enough for the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I know you're not, but
I'm neutral, like you said. I'm neutral.
Yeah, you're in the middle. Switzerland.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Arc Raiders update that's coming.
I know. That's gonna be interesting.
2 days?
I don't think they've released too much information, but
it's very
supposedly like a new weapon. What else? New arc. A new arc. Yeah, and then a new map condition. We're getting a new map condition, which I don't know what's gonna be because we've already have the hurricane. I don't know what they're gonna do next. Like I keep on saying, like it'd be kind of cool. Is a tornado one?
That would be cool.
Like what I was saying is that they have like a tornado that happens and it's like in the middle of the map, and you just like it's like looks all dark and like things getting tossed around and everything, and then like not super close to the tornado, but like at least in the outskirts of the tornado, there's actually like top tier like loot around that area. So like if you can go in there, but it's gonna be like a lot risky because you have the tornado, and everyone's gonna be going down there for the loot to get like the better loot and stuff. It'd definitely be kind of cool to have like the tornado, have like super rare loot, so then everyone goes down there, like ends up dealing with end up having to loot down there. Would be kind of cool.
I think that would be awesome. I feel like in that instance, if they did do that, the snap hook would be really clutch.
Oh yeah,
it's like you're about to fly away and you just pink.
Yeah,
and you just I'm good.
Yeah,
but and then also the shredders are going to be in multiple maps now. They're escape Stelamontes,
and then
they didn't shut the door.
Our boy Scrappy is getting an update because honestly, I feel like even with level 5, we've grinded the crap out of him, and it doesn't feel like there's necessarily a difference with him being level 5 from level 1, kind of. So
I've noticed the more time you spend on the surface, the more scrap you get per round. So if you're in there for maybe like between like 10 to 15 minutes, you get about like eight of everything. But if you're there for a full game, you get around like 15 to 20 per. So like the longer you're up there, the longer he has time to like find scraps and stuff.
So I hope he gets a kind of an overhaul.
Yeah.
Like maybe gives us newer types of resources, maybe, possibly.
That would be nice to get some like exotic ones.
Yeah, like that'd be cool. Not like you would probably have to wait. Like you would probably have to play like 5 games to get at least one rare like piece, but it'd be kind of cool to be able to get like at least probably not the legendary resources, but at least the purple the rare resources would be kind of cool because then it's like, oh, you play 5 games and you get one. It's like, I don't think that necessarily would break the game because you have to play 5 games if you can get one.
I think that would be a good system where they rewarded the players for consistently playing rounds.
Like, ooh.
Hey, the longer you play, the more rounds you play consecutively, the better stuff you'll get. So it's like, even if you do get, you get beat down and lose all your stuff, like, hey, you've done 10 games in a row, we're going to give you a random blueprint. Maybe it's something you have or don't have, or I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like that one wouldn't be a possibility for a blueprint because then everyone would just die 10 times in a game and not even play it and then get a free blueprint.
But it's randomized. You're not guaranteed anything. If anything, you'd probably get a copy of a blueprint you already have.
I guess.
That's the only thing I can
I guess
say.
if you have a lot of the blueprints and you're missing like a couple of them, there's still that random chance that you might not get it. But at least you get like 5,000 credits from that blueprint, I guess, even though if you don't have it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I could live with that.
Yeah, but then I feel like a lot of people would not just play would just probably play one map because the whole point of having all this different loot is so then you go into these different maps because every single map has like its own like unique blueprints. I feel like.
Yeah.
So like I feel like that necessarily would be like, oh, I'm just gonna play damn Battlegrounds for 10 games and maybe get the blueprint that you would only get in Blue Gate. So.
I think it should. Yeah, maybe.
It could be a positive thing, but a negative thing. Who knows? Depends on how they implement it. But
will they do it? No.
But I'm interested to see what kind of arc they're gonna get. I hope that it doesn't come down to that the new arc is just a shredder running around in the different maps. That'd be so dumb. I'll be like, come on, like that's not a new arc.
I saw a clip of it where whatever it is, it shoots lightning. We don't know what it looks like, but I'm assuming
a brief teaser trailer that they gave us.
I'm assuming it's another flying arc, which I don't know, that damn firefly. Well, if it catches you with your pants down, you're pretty much toast.
We're getting a cool skin, I think, also too. I think
3. We're getting 3.
The one I know of is that it's like you have the wasp parts.
Hunter, yeah. Oh, actually, I take that back. We're getting 4 because you're getting 3 new skins in the battle pass, and the wasp one is
There's
one
a
you
new
could
battle
buy.
pass coming out next week.
I think so.
I don't think so, because the last one just came out like the beginning of February, or no, the end of February. So I don't know if they would necessarily do a battle pass that soon.
It's either, I know for sure we're getting the wasp one on the 31st, but I think maybe there's another.
Maybe April.
Yeah.
We might get a battle pass because the last one came out when did it come out in? Oh yeah, February. So then 2 months.
But it's not like it's hard to get that battle pass. It's
Yeah.
free, and I'm already stacked up 800 credit for it. So
I
it's
know,
like I'm gonna be more than
I
halfway
used
done.
all my
with it.
credits to buy guitars. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what's to come. And then also like the new skin looks pretty cool. The Wasp Hunter. I feel like they should be making more. That'd be kind of cool if they did that for each arc threat. So then imagine getting like a Hornet like type of skin looking one. The Rocketeer would be kind of a cool skin. Like
the Leaper would be sick.
Apparently, I hear that we're getting another arc threat next month. That's like shoots out lasers. Apparently, it's a flying arc. So they're adding another flying arc to the arsenal of
The
there.
tracking on those things is insane.
Instead of having to deal with Sky Daddy all the time, you're gonna have to deal with this new threat. That's probably 10 times stronger than Sky Daddy.
AKA the Rocketeer.
But definitely not too much to go off of. Just kind of a little bit of teasers. But I'm definitely excited for next month because we're getting a new map.
Yes.
From what I heard, rumors and stuff about what the map could be, I definitely feel like this is gonna be a very beautiful map.
Oh yeah.
Because Blue Gate's already pretty nice. I think all the maps are pretty nice, but Blue Gate's probably like the one where you can actually see like, oh wow, this looks really nice. So apparently like the new one's gonna be having to do with like a lot with water because it's like right close to it's close to the water, like the coast or something like that. So it's definitely gonna be an interesting map, and I'm definitely excited to see how they design it, especially if the rumors are true that's what the map's gonna be. So yeah, not too much on there. And then we have some other news which I was very excited to see. It was just a poster, but I was like, oh, and then we just end up adding speculation to what could possibly happen. But apparently Star Fox is going to be in the new Mario movie, which is exciting because it's just like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I know where that's going. That has to be going to Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, dude.
There's no way you can add a Star Fox in there into the story and not be like, we're leading up to Super Smash Brothers. So that's definitely exciting to see. His design looks cool, though. I really like the way he looks in the poster.
Yeah, I mean, with just the Mario stuff on its own, like you have Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, some other characters.
Yeah, because the roster was very small for the very first Smash Brothers.
We're just missing like what I think is going to be very hard is getting like the Pokemon in that, and that's going to be a really hard franchise pull.
Yeah, because Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's very wild. It's very interesting how they do things.
But I think it would be wise for them to do that. This could be like their version of like the Marvel MCU. This is the Nintendo MCU.
that would definitely be cool. Because they're just they're missing a couple still. They're still missing Link, which I think we're getting a live action, so that's probably not going to be connected to this one at all. We might be getting a different one that's animated possibly. I don't know. Captain Falco. I don't know.
Kirby.
Yeah. Kirby.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I don't know. Definitely going to be... There's still a couple characters that they need to get through to be able to bring this into fruition, but I'm definitely excited to just seeing that poster, and I was like, that has to be what I think it is.
I'm pretty sure since we're going into the galaxy, the universe itself, that something's going to happen where a hole gets open, they go through somewhere where they're not supposed to go, and then they end up...
I wonder if they're going to introduce the hand.
That would be
in
sick.
This, as like a sneak peek, or like a... What is it? Post-credit, sorry. I can't think of the word. Post-credit at the end. And it's like the hand is coming out of... Like, they close up the dimension or whatever, and then it's like they go pan back to it, and like the hand like was able to like travel through, like get through the dimension before it like closes and all that stuff, and that introduces the hand for Smash Brothers.
That would be awesome.
That'd be kind of cool. I was definitely... Oh, go ahead.
And I forgot about Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong are already in there. I totally forgot about those guys. And Yoshi. Yoshi's gonna be
Yoshi's in there already. I love Yoshi.
I would
say
say
definitely cool to see Yoshi in there.
Well, just that one universe, we're probably at like 40% of characters right there. and then like Star Fox. And
I always liked Yoshi because my favorite game I played a lot of was Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island was so fun. Just being able to throw the eggs at people. Yeah, and always say Yahoo! Yahoo! But I'm definitely I'm excited. Like I was actually surprisingly impressed with how much I enjoyed the first Mario movie.
Yeah.
Like I don't necessarily like the voice acting too much. Like the voice acting is just them, like their own person, like them, whoever played them, and it's just their voice. They didn't like try changing it up or anything like that. But like it still kind of worked, and I still enjoyed the crap out of the movie. I think the only like voice actor that I really liked from that one that actually kind of did a good job was like Bowser. Jack Black.
Jack Black. Yeah, he killed it.
I thought he was pretty good as a Bowser. I think like he had fun with it, honestly.
That and Toad.
Yeah, no, Toad is fun. I thought that was weird when I first saw that was the casting for Toad. Yeah, Keegan. But then after watching it, I was like,
it's perfect.
I like it. I could dig it. Like it's not that big of a deal. I actually enjoy it. It's just funny because like Chris Pratt plays Mario, but it's just Chris Pratt.
I just hear Star-Lord.
No, I just hear exactly. And like with Charlie Day, which was Luigi.
I think he did good.
I think just him in general, his voice matches the Luigi in general.
Very nervous character. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Man, I've only seen like the first 2 seasons, but that's crazy. How I was like, damn, the show was aired back in the day. But I guess at that time, a lot of things were very wild at that time that you wouldn't be able to do now. But apparently, it's crazy though. Sorry, going on tangent, but Always Sunny in Philadelphia is still going to this point.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Are you kidding me? It's a cash cow for everybody that's on that show.
I was like, that's crazy. Because I was like, that came back, like, I don't even know what year it came out, but I was like, damn, we're already this far into the years. Like, we're already at 2026 and the show's still going. I guess it must be super successful still to be able to have the show still going up for this many years.
It's that raunchy comedy.
I love it.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I've never seen that show.
Never seen it? Oh, you need to watch. I know I only watched the first 2 seasons, but you need to watch it. Like, just the first 2 seasons alone.
It's funny because the
out
people
of pocket.
And that's right up my alley. It's funny, the cast that's in that show, I love all of them as actors. So like, I love Danny DeVito. I've just never sat down to watch it. That's all.
You need to. It definitely is a fun watch. Definitely fun show to just have on the background, or you're just like chilling and just like, I don't know what to watch. Put on that show.
Sunny Philadelphia.
Yeah, that show. If you like South Park, you're gonna love this show.
I do love South Park. I grew up on that.
Yeah, but that's our like field take. There's not too much information to go off of that. It's just
speculation.
Speculation. And then how good the first movie is, and I'm definitely excited to see the second one. I feel like they could have changed it up a little bit and not go straight into like galaxy mode. Like I feel like that could have been a lead up for the third one, and they could have done just like the universe that we know of in the first one, and kind of expand that in the second one, and then build up to galaxy. Because I feel like galaxy is like kind of like a very like there's a lot of stuff that could get implemented, and that's only the second movie. Maybe Rosalina's in it, so then when I saw Rosalina, I was like, what? They're already introducing Rosalina?
Maybe that's just their way of rushing it in to get to where they want to be.
I but mean, if from the trailer, it looks fine. So like it doesn't look like it's getting like rushed from the first one to the second one. Like they're just trying to get to Galaxy so they can get to that next part of the phase, the Nintendo phase.
That'd be awesome. We're gonna get Bowser Jr. too. That's gonna be funny.
Oh yeah,
fun to see. I wonder who they're gonna get to play as that.
I don't know. I don't know who the voice actor is. I think they did get a voice actor for that, but I don't remember who it was for that. But definitely cool to see baby Bowser Jr., which I still don't know how Bowser Jr. What is Bowser Jr.'s origin? Yeah, like
where did he come from?
Did Bowser
poop an egg out?
I know, poop an egg out. Did Bowser meet a lady Bowser and we didn't know about? Did he did he experiment? So then he's like, Bowser Jr. is just an experiment that Bowser did. Like I still don't know the whole lore. Yeah, I still don't know the lore of Bowser Jr.
Just showed up one day.
Yeah, just showed up one day.
I'm here.
I'm Bowser Jr.
For the next segment of that,
you're
a little bit more versed in this. I am. I've only seen the show. I haven't seen the movie for it. The Chainsaw Man manga is ending.
Yeah, it's ending. It was like crazy because I'm currently in I think volume 14, and I think it's ending at 20 or something like that. And I was like, damn, it's so quick because it's like when I first saw the news for that, I saw that it was like, oh, it's ending. But then people were speculating, oh, it's only part 2 that's ending. They're still going to do a part 3 or whatever. And no, I think it's actually completely coming to an end. So it's like, oh, wow. It's still going to be a while before we get all that adapted, though, because it's like you still have a lot of stuff to adapt in the very first season from like part 1, which I'm excited for you to see because I like already seen it, like I've already read it, so I already know what's happening. I'm just like, and I always want to talk about it, but then I'm like, no, I'm not trying to spoil it because Jordan's invested in this show to watch it in the adaptation. But yeah, I'm currently on the volume, on the next part. It's interesting story, and it's been good so far. So when I heard that it's ending already, I was like, oh wow, that seems so soon. Like I didn't want to believe it, but I guess it's coming to an end. Just like the JJK anime or manga is also coming to an end too. So we're getting closer to the adaptation being over too. So yeah, there's a couple of mangas that already ended like just in this year. I was like, damn,
I'm already done with JJK, so now I'm just waiting for the next season.
My Hero Academia, I know they're not too familiar with, but then that manga is already over too, and the show slowly, I don't know if it ended or it's coming to a close. So it's just like a lot of these like big animes that we kind of like, not say grew up with, but like a lot of these animes that were very popular at this time are all coming to an end. Like even Demon Slayer is slowly coming to an end with its last couple movies that it has. So it's just crazy to see. It's like an end of an era when all these animes actually come to an end and when the manga's over, because it's just like, oh damn, there's nothing more to adapt.
What are we gonna watch?
I know. What am I gonna watch next? Oh, I'm pretty sure Dragon Ball will still be there.
Always.
One Piece will still be there.
Super is still going because, yeah.
I started watching that. I watched like the first 5 episodes. Now that I started watching that, like I said in the last podcast, you have to watch Code Geass.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll.
Yeah,
right?
It's on Crunchyroll. But yeah,
I'll have to give that a watch.
But yeah, it was just a brief little news, like because I was not expecting that a manga to end so short, like so quick. I was expecting to at least have another part 3. Yeah. But apparently, from what I heard, I haven't read it yet. But apparently, the way the manga ends for Chainsaw Man, they said people have mixed feelings about it. I don't know too much about what that is, but they pretty much said, "Oh, I don't know. They could have done something better." So I'm like,
typical.
I hope it's not just. I hope it's just them nitpicking. Hopefully it's not true. Hopefully I get to that point and it's actually pretty good. But who knows? We'll see. And then, do we have any other news? I think we had one more thing.
Oh yeah, the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer.
Oh yeah, the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer looks sick.
I'm so excited. I think Carl Urban is a perfect choice.
I still have mixed feelings with him because I love Carl Urban because of The Boys. But him as Johnny Cage, I don't know. I always feel like Johnny Cage is like that. Well, I guess no. He's always been like that older guy, washed out star, and all stuff. But I don't know. I was picturing like
kind of a douchebag.
Yeah, I was kind of picturing someone else. I don't know who specifically because I'm not good at casting things. But I was definitely expecting someone. So when Carl Urban was the thing, I was like,
you know who I really wish they would have got to cast as him was the guy who voices I think his name is Butch in ODST.
Butch in ODST.
Or he's the one that's helping the rookie out. I forget what his name is.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look his name up because
you know who'd be interesting, even though not too familiar, but I know his name. Glenn Powell would be a interesting Johnny Cage.
A young Johnny Cage. I could see that.
Yeah, young Johnny Cage. I don't know. He just has that like look to him. Like he could be like that washed up star, kind of a douchebag, but like pretty boy, getting into like the realm of Mortal Kombat.
It's Buck. It's Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion. Oh, okay.
I always pictured him as a good Johnny Cage.
Oh, I could see that honestly too.
He's got that smart ass like all the time comeback comment.
I love Nathan Fillion. He's also in the show that I've been watching. I actually got to season 7. Was The Rookie?
Oh yeah, where he plays the cop.
Yeah, he plays the cop. I actually like that show. That show is actually. I wasn't too interested, but then I think I was on Hulu one day. I was like, I like Nathan Fillion, and the show looks interesting. I didn't have anything to watch at that time, so I was like, you know what? Let's turn it on and I'll watch it. And ended up watching all 7 seasons. I was like, this is actually pretty good. It's still ongoing right now, but I haven't caught up to it. But definitely a fun show. I just love his
demeanor.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. There's just something about him that I like about him, and he was like also to the Lantern in the Superman movie.
I think he was perfect for that role.
Guy. I forgot I just know his first name's Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was a Green Lantern in that one. That was pretty cool. And supposedly I heard talking about Nathan Fillion. I've never watched it, but I know it was somewhat popular when it came out. It was Firefly. Supposedly it might be getting a new season. Apparently Nathan Fillion is trying to work with the old cast members to be able to maybe get the show some treadway to be able to get a new season. So that's very interesting, which is kind of funny because I'm a big fan of Big Bang Theory. So in that show, there's this character named Sheldon, and he loves Firefly, and he's been like watching it, whatever. And then he's like, I think I think he was like, oh, I need to know what happens on Firefly or something like that. And then his buddy Leonard tells him, oh, they canceled that show. He's like, what? They can't cancel that show. It ended on a cliffhanger. So he's like, and he was like super angry about it. It's like, well, they canceled it. And he's like, oh, now I need to call these guys to be like, why they canceled and to make them make a new season or a movie, which I feel like it's kind of funny when he brought that point up. I feel like if you're going to cancel a show and not give us a full season, at least give us a movie to be able to like give us some closure for that character, a nice send off, instead of being like, oh no, you're just gonna be left at what you got. And it's like, at least give me a movie. Like, instead of, you don't have to give me a whole season, just give me a movie, and I'd be okay with that. At least I got something to get some closure with these characters. And so then the fact that he was like upset that it got canceled, and then it's supposed to be now we're at this time, and it's actually might be getting a new season, is very fun. It's very interesting.
That is pretty interesting.
Which I kind of wish that Big Bang Theory was still going to this point, because then I would love to see that correlation added to the show and be like, hey, they brought back Firefly. But yeah, Nathan Fillion, I love that guy. That guy's great.
He would be a good pick. He would be my second pick.
Wait, wasn't he also Ghost? Didn't he voice the Ghost?
I don't think so.
Oh no, he didn't voice the Ghost. He voiced Kate Six.
Yeah,
sorry,
Kate Six. Yeah,
which, I love Kate Six. Kate Six is great.
And then he's Buck from ODST.
His character, like, again, his voice just works perfectly for Cade too. Like, I love like Cade's probably my favorite character. He had like that funniness, charisma, like a little bit of like cocky to him.
With the Ace of Spades.
Yeah. Oh, Ace of Spades. I miss Kate Six. That was my favorite thing about Destiny. It was just great. And Nathan Fillion was that guy. So it's definitely cool. Definitely excited. And then, well, we got on a tangent, but back to the Mortal Kombat trailer.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the first one. It was fun. Like, it was like in the middle again. Like, it wasn't bad, it wasn't good, but like it was a fun watch. Like, I got to see cool fights and got like the visuals. It didn't look too cheap. Like, it actually looked really good. It actually looked pretty good. And the fact that we waited, I don't know, maybe 2-3 years already since the first one came out.
Yeah, the first one came out during COVID.
Did it? Oh snap!
Yeah.
Damn. It's been 6 years?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, because I remember that was the first movie I saw in theaters after COVID happened.
Okay.
Which was pretty cool.
But yeah, the new trailer looks pretty cool. It looks like definitely like an upgrade from the first one.
I'm excited to see Scorpion and Noob Saibot fight.
Oh yeah, I forgot Noob Saibot's gonna be there.
Like,
I hated fighting against the Noob Saibots in Mortal Kombat.
That's going to be an awesome fight.
Freaking teleports behind you. Yeah, that was like one of his main moves. That's literally what when I would fight people when I used to play a lot of Mortal Kombat 11. They just do that teleport every single time. I'm like, and then we're getting do something else.
Shao Kahn looks badass.
Oh yeah, Shao Kahn. We're getting a lot of interesting
more characters. Roster on this one. This seems like
Melina. Jade.
Jade will be there.
Jade looks alright. From like the little snippet that I saw of her, I'm like, her design looks okay.
Sindel's gonna be in there. She's the one that screams.
Sindel? I didn't even see that. I didn't know
There's a snippet of it where Katana is fighting her and she screams and you could see the echoes come from her mouth, and I was like, I don't know who that is. Like, so
I do like Katana's design in the movies, like in the first one. Like that, her design was pretty cool. And I'm definitely excited to see how Carl Urban does with the Johnny Cage. I think he'll do a good job, but like, I'm not necessarily thinking that they could have probably came up with someone else to be casted for that role. But no hate towards Carl Urban. I like that guy from Boys. But he's definitely excited to see where that goes, and I wonder how many movies they're gonna have in them. I don't definitely this is gonna be 2, and then I wonder what they're gonna lead up to. Shang Tsung maybe will show up in the end. Well, no, was he in the first one?
Yeah.
Was he in the first one?
Yeah, he's like the main protagonist.
Oh, I saw that movie back in COVID. I barely remember it. I just remember it was good, but I barely remember any of the story elements. Yeah. But it was fun.
I know he's in the second one because I saw the list. It
was definitely cool to see the Mortal Kombat movies, the new ones come into fruition, because like the only ones I remember for the movies were like the super old ones.
Super cheesy, but super great.
Yeah, they're super cheesy, but I don't know. I enjoyed them because they at least tried to feel like a Mortal Kombat game, like from that time. So, but it was cheesy, but it was fun.
It's a good cheesy though. Like, at the time when that movie dropped and the way it looked, you're like, this is great. Like, this is next level like movies.
Yeah, definitely a fun watch. So it's definitely cool to see that we're getting some more Mortal Kombat movies, especially since we haven't had a game in a while. Because MK1 was cool, but I stopped playing it after a while.
Yeah. Reboot.
Hopefully we get a freaking Injustice 3. That would be freaking insane. Or supposedly I remember like hearing a rumor, because apparently we're doing all these collaborations now with like Marvel and DC and these comics now. If we get like a Marvel versus DC fighting game, definitely could happen with everything being crossed over now. So that would be definitely interesting. So maybe we'll get one of those games.
If they can come to some sort of agreement, yeah.
That would be very interesting. I would love to see that. Definitely going to cause a lot of arguments with people.
Oh, yeah. If they do it, they should just make it an animated movie.
No, well, I mean, the game-wise, I feel like a lot of people a lot of raging and a lot of sides being chosen. Like, 100%. It's going to be very interesting if they do that. Because, like, again, Marvel's now part of some of the DC comics, so. That's very interesting. I wonder how they ended up deciding to start doing that, because there's a couple of comics that already have Marvel characters crossing over DC. So
they're just testing the waters, probably.
Yeah, just seeing how it works. If people enjoy it, but I feel like people enjoy it because that's what people have been wanting ever since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much our news thing.
A lot of stuff. Obviously, we're gonna dive into like what our week's been like in Arc Raiders. A lot of stuff has happened.
Oh, yeah. We turned into the one thing to take away from it. We become PvPers.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's definitely been fun PvPing, I think. But the thing is, I feel like everyone's PvPing now. Not because... But here's my thought about it. I feel like a lot of people are PvPing because the game's still fun, but there's nothing to do. I've already, like, completed everything. So it's just like, I'm not trying to grind for anything. I'm not trying to find anything specific. So now I'm just like, I'm gonna go in and kill some people, like make some fun out of the game. And I feel like a lot of people are doing that. But also too, it's just because we're probably in aggressive lobbies now because we've gotten we've like took out some raiders, so now we're in aggressive lobbies. So then maybe if we were to switch back, like dying 10 times and then reset it to like being put into like not aggressive lobbies, it might be a different story.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone's just PvPing. Everyone's just taking free kits into the maps now, and it's just like the game's fun. It's just there needs to be more stuff because everyone's kind of already finished everything. And
yeah, now that we're done with all our quests and stuff, there's kind of not much to do other than just. I mean, like I'm only missing like a couple blueprints, and I the ones I'm missing I don't really care for, except for the Tempest.
Yeah, the Tempest one, but it's just like, will come when it comes.
Other than that, I mean,
I've been getting a feel for all the other guns, so it's just like the Tempest is good. I enjoy it, but it's just like there's other things that I'm more like already familiar with, so I'm just like already getting like a feel for them where I'm like, I don't need the Tempest. It'd be nice, but
it's like the Bobcat. Like I was super excited to get that blueprint. I used it a few times, but afterwards I was like, it's not even like a good gun to me anymore. Like it shoots fast, and that's it.
It's okay gun, honestly. I've used it. It's fun. Definitely close quarters. That guy, like when we were playing yesterday, the guys that were in the house, because we were like bombarding them while they were inside the house, melted me with that Bobcat, and he wasn't even that close to me. But he melted my ass there. But other than that, yeah, we've been we had a new person we've been playing with, our buddy Rudy.
Yo.
Shout out to Rudy.
I think that's what's made the game more fun to play now.
According to his comment on our video, he says he likes turtles.
I think that's what's made the game a little bit more fun for me now is that I've been helping him level up his stuff, taking him to solve all these quest puzzles, and then just kind of building up his inventory.
I guess when you're not PvPing, it's like when you have another raider that is still like new to the game. It's like
you gotta guide them.
You can guide them, so then it kind of makes fun out of it because now you're helping them get their stuff. So it kind of brings back that excitement again. Like, oh yeah, cool, we're getting all this stuff. So when you do get a blueprint, even though you have it, you're like, oh cool, I got a blueprint, I could give it to you. But overall, yeah, it's been mostly like PvPing. It was very interesting. I think. Well, we streamed it actually when we were streaming Arc Raiders. I don't know why. That was a chaotic stream.
It really was.
We were yelling at each other. Like all three of us were yelling at each other. Insulting each other, like yeah, it was hilarious. You need to if you guys want to, then you should tune into that stream. It's in the live tab. But yeah, there was just chaos in the dialogue between all three of us.
It was great though.
It was funny. It was fun, but it definitely added a different feel to the game because like I'm not used to because me and Jordan are kind of like I don't know. We don't really yell too much at each other when we're playing. So then when Rudy gets added to the mix, it's like we're like going back at each other. Like, why the hell are you doing that? Why did you do that? You should have done this. Like, we're just yelling at each other.
You gotta understand though, like Rudy's background in games is very like team based oriented. So like
very much more competitive compared to us.
He's a very competitive player, and I've played with him on all games. I've played with him on Gears, COD, Halo, Rainbow Six Siege. So like I didn't play with him on Counter-Strike and a few other games he's played on the side, but I know he aims to win every time he plays. So when he loses, he takes it to heart, which is okay. We all do.
It was kind of funny though. The one thing that got me pissed off yesterday was I think we were in Spaceport. And we're on like the rocks and everything, and we're just like scouting along, and that team literally spawns right behind us. Yeah. They just spawned in and they can kill us because we didn't know they were there.
I didn't even get a chance to react.
Yeah, because we did not know they were coming from behind us, and we didn't think they were gonna spawn behind us and then wiping us. I was like, oh my gosh, I was so mad. I know we're trying to go kill some raiders, but the fact that those guys came up from behind us when they just spawned in, I was just like, oh, that was frustrating. I was like, I think I want to stop playing, but we kept on playing still. But yeah,
there was a few times where I was just like, I'm ready to turn this shit off right now. But I was
it's kind of been kind of fun because I don't normally use the Rattler and the Pharaoh, but those are the only two guns I've been using because it doesn't cost too much to like upgrade, and they're decent guns. And but like the Pharaoh, it's just now that I've been using it, it's actually kind of fun. Yeah, it's a one shot and you have to reload, but when you land that shot on the raider, it's so satisfying.
And if you get that headshot, it's a one tap.
Oh yeah. Like I literally it was yesterday. We were playing on Blue Gate and there was a team that was below us and we were shooting at them. Yeah. And we were getting some good shots out of them, and they literally just booked it like up the hill that was a distance away from us. And you just see them running around. And I was like, damn, they ran super fast as soon as they knew that they weren't going to win that fight.
I was thinking, like, if they're running that fast, they got to have something good. Yeah. Like, you don't run unless you have something good.
They were up on the hill, and I saw him, and I shot I shot in front of him, and I was like, oh, this is not going to hit. And he literally ran, and I shot it in front of him, and he actually ran into the shot, and it broke his shield. I was like, oh,
had to lead the shot.
Am I a sniper now? Like, that was so satisfying. And then another guy came out that was on his team, and I did the exact same thing. I shot a little bit ahead of him, and then he walked into the shot, and it broke his shield. I was like,
perfect.
This is so satisfying. I didn't kill them right there, but that was satisfying to land. And then we finally catch up to them. We wiped them both. And they're like, I can't believe you're chasing us all for a free kit. And it's like, well, if you guys had a free kit, you should have just fought us like
what do you have
right there. If you have a free kit, just fight us 1v1 right there in the area when we first met you. And it was just like, it was kind of funny that they said that. They're like, why did you do all this for a free kit? It's like, then you shouldn't have ran. Could have just fought us if it was just a free kit.
I'm like, we're not complaining when we get.
If I see you running after I shoot you, I think you have something good because you're not trying to die now. So that tells me you have something.
I didn't hear you communicate to me anything. You just ran and you're quiet.
He could have, as he was running away, he could have been like, I just have a free kit. And then we could have made that decision and be like, okay, let's not go after him. But did he?
But then it's 50-50. I'm like, is he telling me the truth or is he lying to me? I'm like, I don't believe what nobody says.
But now everyone's just, I think it's just on site now.
It is. I think because there's nothing going on in the game right now, it's very like that now. Like or it could just be the lobbies we're in. Like, I don't mind going in for just resource runs because, I don't know, after getting our asses kicked yesterday, I'm completely out of a lot of things. So, like, I got to run in and get things now before it could, like, build my way back up.
But again, we're, like, enjoying game. It's just, it feels a little, not boring, definitely, because we're still playing it. It's just, it doesn't have the hold on me like it does as much now. Because, like, I'll play it and it's mostly just the PvP. Like, I'm not trying to, like, grind or, like, trying to make, like, the most expensive gun or anything to be able to go into lobbies. It's just kind of been like, like, I'm still enjoying it. It's cool PvPing, but like I don't have that much excitement going into the game.
I think we're at a critical point in this game where the developing team has a chance to either make the game more playable and enjoyable by adding certain things that we've been asking for. Like if they give us a
quicker way to make my loadout.
Not only that, but if they give us like an open lobby, like where you can kind of like a hub for us to like.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
If they give us that, I feel like that'll improve the game's longevity because then it's like people that are hoarding certain items, blueprints or whatever, they can sell it to certain people for a certain amount of whatever they're looking for, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like a bartering system. If they give us that, that'll help improve like the. I think.
Yeah, like a social, because then people could just go into the social and just like chat, meet up with people, and be like, maybe like they don't have a full team, and they're like, hey, you want to join my like you want to join my team real quick, and we can go and do some raids real quick, and then also to just being able to like see everyone walk around and just see the different like costumes, and then they have like their like high end weapon on their backs, so then you can kind of see like, hey, look at he's got a nice Jupiter or like a equalizer or something like that, like just being able to like showcase your like weapon, like your stuff. I feel like that definitely is something that we need is a way to showcase like all the stuff you have, like all the goop you have.
Like how we have our room, but it's like only we could see the room.
Only we could see it. So it'd definitely be cool to be able to like, because then it makes you feel like when you earn that stuff, it just feels like, oh, now everyone could see. Yes, I got that.
It would be cool, like if you hovered over somebody's player card and then it showed you like what their room looks like with all the gear, the weapons on the walls. It's like, oh, this guy's stacked.
Or you could see their loadout, kind of like what Destiny does, where you're able to check out what they have equipped on them.
They need to add kind of like Destiny, like a raid where it requires a bunch of raiders to complete a certain task. I think they need to add something like that.
Because you kind of have that with the big boys, like the big arcs, but it kind of just, it doesn't feel like it too much because everyone that's fighting it, there can also be raiders that are super ratty that end up killing you.
Yeah, they'll just turn on you.
Yeah, they'll just turn on you. So like I feel like adding a raid where you actually have to like separate from the maps, like a raid that you go into, you fight a bunch of arc or ads, and then you get to like the big baddie at the end. It
would be cool if they pitted two to three teams against each other for like a big arc like that. And it's just like, hey, like this team, everybody's engaging it, but like once it's taken down, then it's just like it turns into like a PvP to who gets the loot.
Well, it's already kind of how it is with the arcs that we have, like the big arcs now, because everyone's working together. And then you have the teams that might turn on you, or they might just be like, hey, yeah, you can take whatever you want.
But making the teams bigger, though. Like, let's just say, like, if we had two teams, like 2 teams of 6, and then it's just like,
okay,
you could either battle each other before you get to the arc, or you guys could team up, take down the arc, and then it turns into like a, hey, we're gonna throw down now whoever gets the ultimate loot, or you could divide it up equally.
Oh, that could be kind of fun, actually.
They need to add something like that gives missions like purpose for us to go in and get certain things.
Yeah, definitely. We'll talk about it briefly, but like with Marathon right now, that's what I've been playing a crap ton of. There's actually like you have your normal maps, you do your raids, your runs, and all that stuff, and then they just came out with a new map that's Cryo. It's a Cryo archive, and it's pretty much like the end game map. So pretty much all these other maps, you're like building up your loot because apparently you need 5,000 loot value to be able to go into this map, and it's pretty much like a raid where you're like dealing like puzzles and all this stuff, and then you have other teams getting in there to be able to like do the exact same stuff you're doing, and then you get to fight a boss at the very end, and pretty much there's like tons of good loot, and like everything I think is pretty much it's pretty much Goop City. Like everything is like pretty top tier that you get from the loot in there, especially if you have the keys for some of the vaults, and it kind of gives like I feel like that's something that Arc Raiders needs, because then it gives me something to build towards. Like I'm doing these maps, and then when I get my good like loadout and get all my resources, I can go into like this harder, super hard area where we'll fight teams, but then at the end we get to fight a big old boss, and then there's loot. There's enough loot for everyone. Yeah. Because I feel like what I hate about the raids we have now with the big arc, it's like, yeah, you can kill it, you can do all that work, and then other people will just be like, oh, I'm just gonna take it for myself, and it's just like, I just did all that for no reason. Like there's no point in me like helping out this team because I didn't even get anything out of it, and they don't even when you kill the big arcs, they don't even drop that much loot, honestly.
No, you get more loot from the parts that fall off than you do the core.
Yeah,
but the core usually has more of the reactors or whatever.
But it's just like core. It's just like reactors and cores. Like there's no weapons that drop from them. There's nothing like special out. It's just no blueprints. It's just only the reactors and stuff, which make you the guns. But half the time people don't even have those blueprints, so you're just getting those reactors for no reason, type of thing. So
most of those people that get those reactors,
I feel like
don't even bring those.
Arc Raiders need something like that, where it's like this one map where at the end you're gonna fight a team, but if you make it to the end, you fight a big boss, you kill it. The loot, there's enough loot for everyone, so then everyone gets something. So then it's like, oh, I helped my team, I was able to get some good loot too, as well as they got some good loot, instead of being like, I did all this and I didn't get crap because everyone just took everything, or also too because the loot pool was just not that big. Yeah. So I feel like definitely Arc Raiders need something like that, and that's what I kind of been liking about Marathon. Probably talk about it more in another podcast, because I've been playing a lot of it. And there's a lot of thoughts I have for that game. But I just wanted to bring that up because of that contrast, because they're both extraction shooters. And I feel like there's some things that Marathon does that I wish Arc Raiders had.
Yeah, I wish I could revive myself when I'm down.
Oh, yeah. You can actually do that in Marathon.
I know. And I wish this game would do that. Especially if you have a defib on you. Like, you should be able to res yourself.
Yeah.
And definitely. I think that should be it. If you have it, you should be able to pick yourself up. But if you don't, then
and this is the thing I also hate, too. Is like, I always bring it up, is that I hate that if you're downed, you don't get to view the map. Oh, yeah. It's like, why don't I get to view the map? That's not going to give me some type of edge or something like that if I'm able to view the map while I'm crawling.
I think because of that stupid augment, the one that you and I both use, I think because of how OP it is, it's just like, oh, if I'm down and I can sneak away to when I know where I'm going.
Yeah, but even if you know where you're going and you're able to open the map, the raiders could still kill you before you even get there. So then I feel like it's not necessarily giving you an edge to be able to like crawl wherever you want. Yeah. With the map open.
Map awareness is key in that game if you go down and you know where you're going.
Oh yeah, you got down recently, I think in Stella Montes, and you're like, you were in the medical. Because I got killed and he was down in the medical and they didn't find his body after they downed him, and he was like, oh, I have my augment, and he's like, I don't know where there's a thing, and I think he ended up like, it gives you a waypoint.
I forget on the top of where your compass is at, it tells you where certain things, and I was like, oh wait, there is a hatch I could run out there, and it took me 15 minutes to get there crawling.
He slowly crawled. He slowly crawled and made it, but he got to keep his stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the trade-off. Is just like, hey,
but I guess that's their way of saying that's the reason why we don't have a map, is because it tells you exactly where they're at in the compass. And
it does come down to a map awareness. Like if you got to know these maps really well and where everything's at, because if you do go down, you should be able to have an exit plan already.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, I think, was there any other like big takeaways from Arc Raiders?
No, I think I'm slowly starting to get burnt out a little bit.
Yeah.
I think like you and I are both talking about it. I still love the game though. I think it's more fun now when we have a 3-player squad like you, me, and Rudy. It's more fun like that. When you and I play, it's still fun, but it's missing that extra aspect. Having that extra teammate really does make a difference.
Yeah, because just Rudy has like all the energy in the world when he plays with us.
Yeah.
So definitely, like, again, it adds like a different feel to like when we go into raids. Because like, I think that's the reason why we got into the mentality of PvP. Because I think I first played with Rudy like the first time, and then we went in and he's like, oh, let's go get these guys or something like that. I was like, oh, I guess we're gonna go get them. Let's go get them. And then we ended up downing the raiders and everything. And then from there on, we're just like, you know what? Let's just do this from now on.
Yeah. And it's funny because we're doing it with base ass weapons.
Yeah. I ain't trying to waste the expensive resources on more guns, because I really don't have that many guns. And I have resources.
I craft as I go. Like, I don't have an arsenal,
but not enough to get guns. Tons of guns. Like, the only ones I've been making is Rattler and Pharaoh, which I feel like is all I need now.
Really, it's all. As long as you upgrade the Rattler to level 4 and the Pharaoh to 4, you're fine.
But something they do definitely need to add, and we keep on saying this, is that because they have a gray assault rifle, they need to give me a green assault rifle. I don't know why they decided to give almost every other tier gun a green version of it, but they didn't give us an assault rifle.
There's no blue assault rifle either.
Oh yeah, huh?
There's only the Renegade, which is a rifle.
Yeah, semi-auto. Yeah, oh wow, they didn't give us a green or blue. I don't know why they only gave us a gray.
There's no
or the rare, which is the pink.
There's no exotic sniper rifle either.
Yeah.
Or like assault rifle.
Yeah. Oh, that's what they need too. An exotic assault rifle. That would be sick. I would totally grind for the crap out of that.
I feel like the Tempest should fall in that category. I feel like that rifle is so good that it belongs there.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, they need more assault rifles, because I hate having to only choose either have a Tempest or use a Rattler, and the Rattler sucks.
Yeah, like, it does suck, but you could still get clapped by it.
Yeah, you can, but like literally I had 20 bullets, and I think this happened yesterday. It was one of our last raids before we got off, because we're just like, we're done. And a guy came up the stairs. I killed the first guy that came in, and then another guy downed him, and then he came in, and Jordan was like, oh, he's coming in. I was like, okay, he doesn't see me. He comes in. I have full rounds. I light him up. I hit every single round on him with the 20 rounds, and he just tanks it all, and then he kills me with a shotgun. And I was like, I just dropped 20 bullets in this boy, and he didn't die. I was so pissed in that situation. I was like, come on. I literally dropped 20 bullets. Every single bullet hit him, and he didn't die. And then he just goes to shotgun. Bah, dead. I was so mad. I was like, I'm done.
They nerfed that shotgun, too, and it doesn't... I didn't even notice a difference.
Yeah.
It's still a 2 to 3 shot.
Well, yeah, because if you get the attachments on it, that's what makes it still stronger. I think the base, if they had no attachments on it, it would be okay. It's nerfed, yeah. It's totally nerfed. But yeah, I hate that. And I was like, the Rattler's fun, fun in some situations, but that situation, I was like, that should have killed him. Like, there's no reason for that. And he was like, haha, we got you. And I was like, bruh.
I don't care.
I was like, whatever. It's fine. I don't have to waste too many resources to make these 2 guns again, so that's it.
Not at all.
But yeah, they definitely need to add some more loot into the game, because I feel like there's not too much variety in gun choices, because I don't really like using the Venator too much anymore, because even with the grip on it, it still jumps it still jumps a lot. And then like there's only one. There's 2 shotguns. Oh, there's not even a blue shotgun. Shit, I didn't think about that. They need more. Yeah, they definitely need to make. If they're not going to give us newer guns, they should definitely give us more tier guns. Like a green assault rifle, a purple or a blue assault rifle, and all that. Like for every single gun, like the shotgun, give us a gray shotgun, give us a green shotgun, give us a blue shotgun, give us a thing, and they're all
we have the volcano, but that's a purple one.
And I rarely use that gun.
I don't. Yeah,
that's okay.
It's too expensive to make.
Yeah,
unless I find it off somebody's body, I'm not making it.
But whatever, it is what it is. We're still enjoying it, but I feel like we're definitely getting slowly burnt out, and I don't want that to happen. Which is why I'm glad I kind of got Marathon, because I definitely feel like it's been helping me be like, oh, all right, I can just go play that now.
Yeah.
Because there's not too many multiplayer games that I've been interested in that have come out recently.
No, not really.
So I feel like it's funny because we used to live in a world where it's like multiplayer game after every single multiplayer game, and now I feel like it's like we don't really get too many exciting multiplayer games anymore.
No.
And it's kind of like something, because when you see a bunch of multiplayers back in that time, we're like, oh man, there's nothing but multiplayer games, not really single players. And now I feel like in this current era, we have a lot more single players and a lot less multiplayers, which I enjoy that we're getting a lot more single players, but then there's a lot of lacking in multiplayer games right now. I'm just like, all right.
Because all the AAA title games aren't.
I gave up on COD. I know we both gave up on COD. COD's
it's just over it.
Lame, boring.
There's too many sweaties. Game's not fun anymore.
Hackers.
That's another problem. I wish they would. I will give Embark the kudos for that. Is that them banning players that do that, and then what do you call it?
My favorite nerf that they did was when people used to glitch into the loot rooms, and then they patched it where if they go inside, they sneak into those rooms without the key, they just burn inside there. I was like, that's awesome. I love that they did that. That is so fun to see.
I think that was a really good call, especially like people doing the infinite ammo glitch and all that. So it's like, oh, you're not banned. We're just going to suspend your account for X amount of time.
Mm-hmm. But I definitely feel like they've been pretty.
And if you do get killed by somebody who's cheating, they give you your stuff back anyways.
Oh, okay.
So that hasn't happened to me yet, so I know I haven't got killed by a cheater.
That happened to me once, I think, in my Arc Raiders career. But yeah, definitely still fun. But there's definitely improvements, and I feel like I hope we get a lot of stuff in April, because I don't think we're gonna get too many things in this update. I feel like April's gonna be where we get most of the stuff, because that's when we're getting the new map.
New map, new quest. I'm hoping.
Yeah. Hopefully we get new quests in this new update too, because I would have to wait until the end of April to get new quests and all that stuff, because that's the way they've been doing these updates. Yeah, you've been getting an update every single month, but it feels like after like a couple weeks of the first month, you kind of like, I kind of want new stuff already. Like I feel like a month is, but it's just still pretty good. I give them props for that, because that they're giving us an update every single month, because there's other games that give you an update maybe every 3 months. So then you're playing the same stuff for the next 3 months. At least you're kind of playing something at the end of every single month. So I'll give them props to that. They definitely have been good with rolling out the updates.
Yeah,
so
it's been nice.
That's pretty much our Arc Raiders thing.
Yeah.
Less about our experiences, but just more of the current state of how we feel and our complaints about the game.
Let's go. I know you just finished Resident Evil 9, so let's go over like your honest review of it, and then like we'll get my take on Silent Hill F.
Ooh. I feel like you should go first, because I feel like I'm going to have a lot to say.
Okay.
I definitely want to hear what your thoughts are, because I've never heard you do a review, so it'd be very interesting to see a full review.
All right. I would say that for me, like, atmosphere and tone for Silent Hill is very eerie and creepy, which I do love in a horror game. Like, if the game doesn't put me in that setting or feeling of what the tone is of the game, I don't feel as connected to it, and it doesn't not necessarily scare me or freak me out. I like being able to play a game that's scary and then have that lingering fear, like where I'm looking over my shoulder, like in my own room, like, fuck, did you hear that? Like, no, I think a game.
There's sounds coming in my house.
If a game can do that, I think it's on par with being a good horror game, no matter what.
Or it makes you feel eerie outside of the game.
So definitely, yeah. You know, like dead of night, you go get some water or something, you start seeing shadows and shit. You're like, like, is that
I think I just got taken into Silent Hill.
Yeah. Freeze! No. No, but I would say atmosphere and tone, like I said, eerie and creepy. The tone they set in that game is very, like, haunting from the get-go. Like, you don't know too much about this character. It's one of those things, it's a character development throughout the... You do know, you find out little tidbits as you go along the game, which I think is good for the...
And, like, through notes and stuff.
Correct, yeah. And my only complaint was at the very beginning of the game, I didn't understand why any of this was happening. And it wasn't until the very end that you and I both saw it when you were watching me stream it. I was just like, well, that makes sense why that was happening. She was seeing things. Spoilers.
I know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, we'll put at this tidbit is that there's going to be spoilers for Silent Hill F, and then also, too, I'm going to be doing tons of spoilers for Resident Evil 9 because I have to be able to have a full review of Resident Evil 9, I feel like I definitely have to put in the spoilers from the game. So if you want to turn off from the video right here, I'll let you know now before we dive deep into both games and their spoilers.
Or fast forward.
We'll give you 3, 2, 1. All right.
Spoilers.
I know. Spoilers. Oh, now I can put spoilers
exactly
in the title.
So, yeah, the story, like I said, it's a really good build up to what you find out at the end. Because I didn't foresee that being a thing. You know, most Silent Hill games, you already know what the problem is. This is kind of like you find out at the end. And I was kind of shocked to find out that's what it is. And then I think there's like 6 different endings you could go. So
damn. I think they have like your normal endings that you usually get in Silent Hill. Like I know they have like the UFO ending still in that one. And there's a couple other. I don't actually know too much of the endings. I just know the UFO one actually.
Yeah. When I got to the end of this one and I was reading the how to get that certain ending.
Love that aspect to that game. When I saw that, I was like, it actually tells you how to get each cutscene. I love that they give you the details how to get endings, which is like that's kind of cool because it's definitely cool to be able to figure it out to be able to get that ending. But at the same time, it's like sometimes it might get a little frustrating because sometimes these steps that you have to do are so random, so tedious, and so particular. It's like I would have never came across that I had to do that on my whole time that I played this game because of how specific it is. But yeah, definitely like that they give you each requirement to be able to get each cutscene. Yeah,
I would say on the scare factor out of a 10, I would probably give it like an 8.
Okay.
There was a few things in there that I was kind of not prepared for. And I was like, oh, we're really going to show this in this game. Like, I've noticed that this game kind of pushed the envelope a little bit on what they could show. And I was very surprised to see that happen. But damn, was I excited to see it, though. I was just like, yes. Like, finally a game.
I need this in more games.
Finally a game that's willing to show some gore factor to it. Otherwise, what's the point of playing something if you're not going to see anything?
Especially since it's rated M. If it's rated M, I should be getting the full experience.
That game should be rated TVMA. Like, that... I feel like...
What is that? Rated M? Is it just rated M?
There's one more rating after rated M. Because I think
M
is 18 and up.
Oh, it's adult.
Yeah.
It's just A. Yeah, rated A.
It should be...
There's only one game in my lifetime that I know that is rated A. I think it was called Manhunt. The original Manhunt, I think was rated A.
Never heard of it. I'll have to check it out.
It's like a horror... No, I don't know. It's like a third person... I don't know. Like horror game, I guess.
Okay. But yeah, I would say 8 out of 10. I'm definitely going to play through it again on my own time and dime so I can do it a little bit quicker versus streaming it on the channel. But I was impressed with the game. It has its typical Silent Hill like features to it, but it also had some different things to it. Like there's no guns in this one, so that was kind of that was a learning curve. I'm like, okay, everything's
definitely different vibe for Silent Hill games.
Everything is hand-to-hand combat, and then having to worry about durability of weapons, that kind of threw in another factor. It's like, okay, I got to pick and choose my fights now. Like, and I know I could repair some of these tools, but like those toolkits are far and few. And they do give you an abundance of weapons to choose from, but it's like some are better than others, obviously. So like, if you have no choice, you're picking up a kitchen knife, even though it's crap.
Okay.
Like I said, final rating out of 10, I would give it an 8, solid 8. Okay. There were some things I didn't like about it, but
tell me what you didn't like about it. This is a review. You got to give us all your thoughts.
There no guns. That kind of threw me off a little bit. The weapon choices were kind of like you know, like the baseball bat was good, the pipe was good. You got a sickle and then a knife.
I think you remember you saying the sickle wasn't even good.
Yeah, the kitchen knife and the sickle are garbage. Like the heavy hitter is the pipe and the baseball bat.
Didn't you get a sledgehammer too?
And the sledgehammer, but it's just
super slow.
It's slow. It leaves yourself open for any type of like big hit. So, and then the stamina thing. I didn't like the stamina thing because in the
Welcome to Dark Souls.
Yeah. So I'm dealing with that.
It's not a Dark Souls game, but definitely took some inspiration from a Dark Souls.
Yeah. And then so I didn't like that either. So it's just more things to worry about and consider. Because like when you're in a combat and you run out of stamina, it's like you're just screwed. You can't dodge. I mean, granted, the stamina comes back kind of quick, but you need at least 3 to 5 seconds of just nothing for you to get that back. I didn't care too much for the how you upgraded like your stamina, your
where you had to use like faith, I think, to be able to like level up your stuff.
Yeah, I didn't like that because that's not in any other Silent Hill game where you do that.
Nope.
It's
the first game.
Yeah, there's not even a weapon repair or anything like.
There was a weapon repair in Silent Hill 4. Yeah, Silent Hill 4 was they had durability, and that was actually, I think also too in Silent Hill Downpour. I think there was also a repair mechanic in there. I could be wrong, but I know for sure Silent Hill 4 was the thing because that's what that people like. They said they enjoyed that game, but they definitely hated having to repair all your stuff because you're like. In Silent Hill 4, you get constantly thrown at with enemies, so it's just like, and then the durability is like super low. It's like, how do you expect me to do all this? It's like, we want you to run through all of it. We don't want you to fight them. It's like, but there's so many. How am I supposed to get out?
And then there are some weapons you get in the spirit world that I wish you could bring to the real world, like the staff. That was like an indestructible staff that couldn't be broken. I'm like, why couldn't I have that in the real world? Like,
that would have been definitely cool because then it'd give you something to like build towards. Like you have like these like baby weapons, but then you get like the kind of like you would say like boss type of weapons that you get to use through the rest of the game. Would have been kind of cool because then it kind of adds an upgrade system to your arsenal.
I think they kind of fell short. They should have added a katana in that game.
That's surprising.
I don't know why they didn't.
That's like kind of like within the Japanese culture, katanas and stuff. So the fact that this is not in the game is very interesting. There was no katana.
I mean that staff with the sword at the end of it was the closest thing to it, but I mean it's very clunky.
Yeah,
it's a swinging weapon versus like if they gave you a katana, I feel like it'd be quick slashes. But I was expecting it, but didn't come through on that. Who knows? Maybe on the second playthrough I get something different. I don't know.
How do you feel with some of the elements with some of the characters that you interact with? Like I know there's like a lot of different stuff that get thrown into these like different people you come across, like your parents, your friends. You kind of learn more about them.
Honestly, a lot of the problems you come across with like your family and friends is kind of like real world problems. Like, I don't know, like I know some people experience it where it's like, one parent's an alcoholic, they're always taking out their problems on you, your mom, or
unfortunate situation.
Yeah, unfortunate situation.
But so that's the world we live in.
I was seeing that. I was just like, damn, that's kind of like if somebody plays this game and they've experienced that, like that'll be super. Like
I think they even give you a warning at the beginning of the game, like all this stuff that's included in this.
Yeah, so that I was just like, dang, that's probably super relatable for a lot of people. So I feel like that instance would hit home for a lot of people.
Yeah,
in a bad way. And then like your friends, like you got somebody who you've been friends with for a long time who, like, there's a secret love for each other, but neither you or the other party would say it because there's somebody else that's like in the way. So it's kind of like, I'm sure some people can relate to that, where it's just like, and then the amount of trash talking some of these girls do behind
like backstabbing.
Yeah, I was just like, dang, like there's some real world stuff where they're kind of dumping on you.
Like, what am I in high school? Well, technically they are in high school.
No,
they are. They in high school in that game. Yeah.
And then like when you're in the spirit world, you kind of come face to face with those like problems, and like you end up killing all 3 of your best friends in the spirit world.
Crazy. And it's like you don't know that at the beginning, don't you? Do you?
No, she's not aware of like them talking behind her back like that. But as she's going through the spirit world, she's starting to see that. But I have a feeling because of the way that game ends, like her visualizing seeing that with all the drugs she was taking, I think that has an important role of like, hey, like this is happening, you don't see it, so. And her killing them in the spirit world is kind of symbolizes her letting them go in her like real life.
But she doesn't necessarily kill them. Don't like the spirits that are in that other world, the ones that kind of like take out her friends?
They force you to, because the decisions you make, you have to get to the next room. In order to do that, you have to
make that decision.
Yeah, you have to get rid of like certain attachments to progress to the next, which is kind of like where she gives up parts of her body to be somebody for somebody else.
And then the enemy, the final boss that you fight in that game, isn't it just you?
Yeah, you're facing yourself, basically.
Just that character, that boss design was actually really cool. Like the hood and like the gray thing. I thought that was probably epic though, when it's like you see that creature, because you still don't know that's you. And you go and see your parents, and they have like a full conversation with you, and then he just just takes them out right there. I was like, when I saw that in the live stream, I was like, oh damn.
Yeah. But that game does a really good job of like showing you like that kind of internal conflict with yourself and your other part. So like the part of her that wants to give up things to be happy and with somebody, and then there's that part of you that wants to be its own self and break away from like the norm of things. So like those two clashing, and then it's just like after when they explained to you about like she was hallucinating a lot of that stuff, it makes sense. Like the part of her that wanted to be, happy and accept her being married off was the monster side of things, and the side of her that wanted to not adhere.
Was herself?
Yeah, and what that didn't want to adhere to like traditional standards was like obviously that side won, and it killed off that side. And then like when you see the ending, and it's kind of like, oh well, she went on a rampage because she was hallucinating because she took these drugs, and I'm like, oh,
what's the connection with the spirit world? Because like the world that you go into when you go in the real world, it's just you hallucinating through that whole part. But what's the spirit world like connection? Like, is that her like hallucinating also, and that's like a part of the hallucination, or is
because every time she gets knocked out, she enters that world, and I'm assuming it's because she's hallucinating all that is that she's passing out or something, and then she's just kind of she's left to her thoughts, and this is what she envisions maybe.
Oh, interesting. Because I always wonder what that because you have like the husbando, the one that gives you like that makes you like drink the stuff too, and like
Kool-Aid.
Does all this extra stuff. So I was like, what's the correlation with that? Because like I feel like when you go into the real world and you're back into the real like town and everything, I feel like that's all hallucination. And I'm like, then what is the spirit world? Is that also part of the hallucination? Like that's the one thing that I was like confused with when I was watching the playthrough.
The only thing I can compare to is that like. That's like the real world scenario of her giving up certain things to be married to whoever. Another
portrayal of what she's going through in real life.
Because her sister was part of an arranged marriage and she left town because of it. So she's experiencing something similar to that. So I think the spirit world is like her mind coming to terms with like, hey, like these things are set up in place and like I have to do it.
Okay, so it's just pretty much the same scenario but different perspective.
Yeah.
From the thing. Okay. It kind of gives me the vibe. If you remember that movie, going off a tangent again, was Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
That one with Zack Snyder. It kind of has that same thing. You have the real world and they're dealing with the stuff, but then you have like the very action oriented world. And it's just like it's an imagination or another perspective of what they're trying to accomplish in the real world. So I feel like that's like what I think about is that movie, the way they do that. I actually really like Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch was fun. It was a fun, good movie. I really liked that movie. That movie was fun. The cast was pretty good, and just the fights and overall, it was just really cool. And I wish that movie got more exposure because I don't feel like too many people talk about that movie, but that movie was actually pretty good. I really enjoyed it. It was like his one original story because everything with Zack Snyder was mostly like an iteration, his own take on particular things that already exist. This was his own story, and that's where I see the correlation. It's like two different perspectives, but it's both the same objective pretty much. So that's cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of my takeaway from that. I think it was a great game. I definitely want to play it again, and I do recommend anybody that's into that stuff should play it themselves.
Do you have any favorite boss fights or least favorite boss fight? Because I know there's a couple.
I would say battling the big blob one. Like that one, there's no all the fights are like that. They don't really give you the information to like what to kill it or take it out. It's just you got to keep hitting it till it dies.
Yeah, you're just like, I'll just keep doing this. See what happens.
I think the blob was probably the hardest one just because it requires a lot of hitting.
I'm surprised though. The other bosses, like the towards the end, seem very kind of easy.
Yeah.
Because like even the final boss didn't feel too strong. Like I don't think you were struggling too much with that. You did get hit a couple times, but you didn't die. I think you
I had a ton of health though.
Yeah, so yeah, I felt like the bosses felt from the ones that I saw felt a little under. Like the designs were cool, but like they felt kind of too easy. I feel like, but
I feel like on a higher difficulty it'd probably be.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But like, I mean, I just played it on normal difficulty just to kind of run through it and understand like what I'm getting myself into. So the next playthrough I'll probably play it on a harder setting.
Okay.
Just now I know.
All right. Well, that's our Silent Hill F review. Very interesting. Should definitely take a look at it if you want to play a cool horror game that adds a lot of elements. And if you do like Dark Souls, there you go. Having to play like that, because I feel like they took a lot of inspiration from Dark Souls. So yeah, I definitely say check it out. I'm definitely probably gonna end up checking it out at some point.
Yeah.
Especially with all the Silent Hill Townfall, which I'm excited for. It's gonna be in first person. That's gonna be very interesting. I feel like I'm gonna shit my pants with that Silent Hill because it's in first person. But on to like the other review, I actually made it my priority to finish it yesterday because we were playing a lot of Art Graders yesterday.
Till like 2 a.m.
Yeah, and I was like, I kind of need to finish it because I needed to be ready for the review to be able to talk about it today because that was what we were going to talk about. And I was like, it was already like 1. And I was like, oh, should I just not and just talk about something else? And then we're just like, I ended up checking up like how much time do I have left to finishing it on like online. And it said I only had like 3 hours. It's like, okay, if I get off super late, it's only going to take 2 to 3 hours to finish. I'll finish it. And I did. And lots of interesting thoughts about it. I definitely enjoyed most of it. I definitely enjoy like Grace and Leon. Their contrast between the different scenarios. Like hers is very sneaky. You only have like 2 weapons attached to you, so you only have 2 pistols. So you get the starting pistol and then the pistol you find in the beginning area, and that's pretty much all your arsenal. But she also has other things, which is she's more of the sneaky scenario, which was actually pretty fun. Like there were some very creepy moments, of course, because I hate sneaking, but it actually was pretty cool. I enjoyed the environment and then just having that old like horror feel to it because I was just like, oh, I don't have if this monster finds me, I'm gonna have to either run or just use the bullets that I have or do a sneaky approach and all that stuff. So definitely had you like trying to decide how you're gonna interact with each section. And my favorite part in the beginning was also very cool because you had zombies that literally had like a part of them that was still human, so they were doing a lot of the stuff that they were doing before they turned. So like you have a chef that's literally cooking still. He's like cooking, but he's like in zombie form. And it was definitely cool because it was definitely a unique take on zombies because usually you're used in most Resident Evil games, you're used to like the traditional zombies, very like mindless, just running around and all stuff, not really anything. And I feel like with these ones there was definitely stories to be told if you dive deep into it about each of these characters that had their dialogue. I think there was one scenario in the very beginning where I'm going up the stairs and there's like 2 zombies right next to each other and they're just talking to each other. You can't hear anything. You don't know what they're saying. They're like, bleh, bleh, like just talking very zombie like, but they're like talking between each other. I was like, am I like, as I was coming up the stairs, like, am I interrupting something out here? Like they're just up here chilling, talking.
That there's still some humanity left.
Yeah, there's still some humanity. And I really enjoyed that aspect of it because there was also one creepy one. I remember I was going, it was also in the beginning area. And there was a zombie that went up. And I was opening the door. You hear the zombie singing. She was like, pretty much singing, like very melodic, but very creepy. And I was like, oh, hell no. We got singing zombies in this now? Heck no. Like it was actually very like unsettling to hear that because it's like a zombie and she's like singing like she's just having the time of her life. And all these zombies were very unique. And unfortunately, you only get those types of zombies in that beginning scenario. And then after that, after you complete that whole scenario, because it's actually pretty long, it's like Grace's longest segment, you don't get those type of zombies anymore. You mostly get the mindless zombies. And I was like, oh, I kind of enjoyed that.
Maybe it's kind of like the beginning stages of the virus and then like it's nothing afterwards.
Yeah.
Like you still keep humanity, but once the virus has been in you for a while, it's just like all that.
Yeah, you could definitely say that because like you go back to Raccoon City, of course, and you could deal with those like type of zombies and stuff that are just mindless, and they've been there since the beginning of Resident Evil, like the franchise as a whole. And so yeah, that kind of makes sense. That's kind of a cool correlation. But I really enjoyed Grace's character. I don't know, the way she acts, she stutters a lot too when she plays when you're in her dialogue. And it kind of reminded me of myself because like I feel like I would be acting the way she acts like in that exact same scenario. And then she stuttered lots, which I don't think I stutter too much, but there's times that I noticed it and I was like, oh, I actually do have a stutter. Like sometimes when I stream or sometimes I'm trying to get a thought out and I can't think of it and I'm just like stuck on a thought and I can't make it clear. It's like I got a lot of feel of that from Grace, so it kind of felt like something I could relate to because I was like, this kind of reminds me of myself a little bit, and I really enjoyed Grace's character. It added something new to the like story, especially coming off of Ethan Winters, which I still think is the GOAT in Resident Evil, man. I love him.
I tried not to watch you play that game too much because I want to play it myself.
Oh, yeah, you definitely should play it.
So like it's on the roster of games to play. So I tuned in a few times here and there, but I was like, stop watching because you're gonna play it on your own. You want to be surprised.
But it's a nice balance between action and horror, and I loved Grace's segments. And it was kind of weird because I remember when I first played it, I was going through Grace's segments, and she had like a small segment, And then we switched to Leon. I was like, oh, cool, we get to play as Leon. But it was a super short segment. And I was like, oh, okay. It was just giving us a little taste. That's fine. And then we switched back to Grace, which is where I was just talking about with all the zombies and all that stuff. There was like the longest segment where you meet like Emily, which is like a girl that was experimented on. And she's like trapped in there. So you're pretty much trying to find a way to get her out. And then you're pretty much trying to solve like puzzles and stuff. And you come across like 2 stalker enemies, which was kind of interesting because usually in most Resident Evil games you deal with the 1 stalker enemy and then that's it. No, you've dealt with 2 different stalker enemies. The first one, which was called the girl, which was the first scenario you get put into, and you're pretty much it's a small area, but it's like kind of creepy because she's like going through the vents and everything.
Yeah.
So you did that, and I was like, as soon as I completed that section, I was like, cool, I don't have to deal with the girl anymore. She'll probably come back later on. That's probably going to be our stalker enemy for like a whole game. And pretty much we get into the next scenario after we get out of that area, and there's a whole totally different other stalker enemy. It's a totally different one. His name's Chunk or something like that. And he was like very creepy. He's like a oversized zombie like baby, but very aggressive because he's just like cursing at me like when he first sees me.
Nice.
And he starts like saying like some vile stuff. I was like, damn boy, like I know
freaky.
you're a zombie, but you need to clean your mouth, boy.
That boy freaky.
Yeah, he definitely said some stuff, and it was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, I was not expecting 2 different stalker enemies. He wasn't as annoying because he can't go through doors because he's so big. So I was like, I just got to sneak into a small door. He can't get me. So that was the case. And sure enough, I think I was done. I was tired of dealing with them. So then I was like, I have these item called the hermetic injectors, which are probably my favorite item that got added to that game, which you only get with Grace. Pretty much you sneak up behind a zombie, you inject them with something, and they explode.
Oh.
And so pretty much I was like, you know what? I have some leftover injectors and I feel like we're coming close to the end of this area. So I'm gonna try this out. So I go up to the guy, the Chunk or whatever, and sneak up behind him. I was like, I wonder if I can inject him. And then you get up close to him and it says it gave me the prompt to inject him. I was like, oh snap, I can actually use the injectors on him. So then pretty much I used it on him. It didn't kill him first time, but it definitely did something. I was like, oh, I bet you I'm gonna need like 2 or 3 of these bad boys to kill him. And then I did 3 of them. And then it killed them, and I was like, "Oh snap!" Like I didn't watch a tidbit or like nice. like anything to know that you were able to kill him like that. I kind of just figured it out on my own, and I was cool. I was like, "Oh snap! You can actually kill him." It's like these injectors are powerful because there's also the chef that you meet in the very beginning too. That I was like, I wonder if you can use the injectors on him then too. And then you're able to use them, and you get like an item. I think you get a key for killing the chef.
Nice.
With the injector. And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool, man." Grace is kind of OP with these injectors. She just sneaks up behind these people. But yeah, there was just a lot of cool stuff in it was a very long segment. And then we switched to like Leon, and it's another short action section. And I was thinking when I was playing the Leon section, I was like, and it was very short. I was like, I hope this is not what this is. Like I'm only getting like a short section and like Grace. Like I enjoy Grace, but I want to also have like a long section with Leon because it's like just fun action.
Yeah.
Mindless.
It's Leon.
Yeah, it's Leon. Daddy Leon. And pretty much I was like, I really hope that we do get a long segment. And then it was just switching between them. We get like a sniper segment with them, which kind of like it was fun. We actually have some clips from that thing, but it kind of felt like I was playing Call of Duty, like the old Call of Duties when you had like those sniper missions.
Oh yeah.
That's literally what it felt like.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
I was like, oh, this is COD now.
Some relatableness.
Yeah, so some relatableness. And yeah, his sections were pretty long, short. And I was like, I hope this changes. And then until we get to Raccoon City. Yeah, until we get to Raccoon City. That's when we get the long Resident Evil, like long Leon section. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, cool. It's a super long section. It was fun, but I don't know. It felt like the level, like it was fun to be in Raccoon City, but it felt kind of like some parts felt like it was dragged on. Like it was a big area. It was a lot of quietness. There were some zombies running around. There were some scenarios that you get put into where there's tons of zombies. But I don't know. It just felt kind of like they could have shortened this. And it was kind of funny because I wanted a long section, and I enjoyed the long section, but I was like, I kind of wish this section was a little bit shorter. Cause
you're like, speed it up.
Yeah, speed it up. And it was funny because as I switched to Leon in the Raccoon City, and then and I was playing that long section, I was like, man, I kind of miss Grace. I kind of miss playing as Grace now. When like the whole time, the whole point of the game, I was like, man, I want a really long Leon section. And as soon as I got that Leon section, I was like, I kind of miss Grace. I want to go back to playing as Grace because it lost some of its horror aspects when you get to Raccoon City because it action packed.
Yeah.
You know the zombies are coming in. There was a couple jump scares, but I was like, oh, I kind of missed the unsettlingness that we got with Grace and like having to sneak around, even though I don't really like sneaking around. But that game actually made me want to like sneak and kill these zombies stealthily. And yeah, it was a fun section. The upgrade system was very interesting. It was basic. I like how they try to use the same inventory system they use from Resident Evil 4, where you have the case and you have to upgrade the case, and then you're putting all your stuff in there. But it's funny because I forget that you're able to craft with Leon, because I never ran out of bullets in that game with Leon, really. So then they were like, oh, you can, when I would fill up on my inventory, I'll be like, oh, I'm filled up. And I was like, yeah, because I forget there's a crafting system because I don't never need any of the stuff. But like with Grace, I was always crafting stuff, always opening up my inventory. And then with Leon, it's like, I just forgot that existed. And then, yeah, you get to Raccoon City. It was fun, but it felt like it was just throwing me down a nostalgia hole, which we were talking about briefly when I brought it up before. And it was cool. Like Zeno wasn't interesting, but it was just like a generic ass Wesker, pretty much. Like there was nothing new interesting about him. It's just the fact that he had like some Wesker's abilities, which was kind of like cool to see. But I was like, whatever. And then I was making a joke, but I was in like Raccoon City, and I was like, I wonder if that like just make a joke. I was like, I wonder if Mr. X is just wandering around in this area still. Like that would be hilarious. Like if that's still the case, since we're kind of getting some nostalgia at us. And then sure enough, we get to the RPD office, like the police station, and you go through the same area that literally has the same design as RE2. So it's kind of cool. It was kind of cool, but kind of weird, kind of funny, because I've been in that
I know exactly where I'm going.
I've been exactly in that area like 3 times now, because you were in it in, of course, Resident Evil 2, and then 3, when you're playing as Carlos's section, you're actually go back and do a small section of that same police department, and it's set up the same way as RE2. And a lot of the placements were kind of, there were certain, of course, it's crumbled now, so there's a lot of areas you couldn't get to. But it had the exact same design as if I was playing 2. So I was like, it's kind of cool, but I've already seen this in 2 games before this. I don't think I need to see it a 3rd time. And so we get into that section. It was cool. It was a very short section. Then we get up to the stairs. We meet up with Zeno and Grace, because I think that was a weird thing too. I think in the scenario before this, there's a character, the girl, that we finally kill after a while by opening up the vents, and then she dies. And then Emily ends up transforming into one of those as well, because she's an experiment as well. And Grace is like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what's going on, like she wants to save her, because like that Grace is a very caring person, even though in a crazy situation like that, dealing with all that stuff for the first time, she still has like her humanity. She's still like, oh, I still want to try to be nice and all that stuff, and try to like understand each other's situations and everything. Because even with Emily, when she first picks her up, like when you finally get her out, she's like, it's okay, is it okay if I can pick you up? Like she asks for like permission, consent. Like she doesn't just like, oh no, you gotta come with me, let's go, we need to get out of here. She was like, no, like, is it okay that I pick you up and bring you with me so we can get out of here? And she's like, okay. But then I kind of think, I was like, what if she said no? Would Grace be like, no, you're coming with me anyways? Like, I wonder how the situation would have played out.
Well, you're coming anyways.
I know. And so we finally kill the girl, and then Emily transforms, and then Leon shoots her, and because Leon comes and saves Grace, and Grace is like, don't do it, and he does it because he's trying to save her, because the thing's trying to kill her. And then she gets super mad at Leon. She's like, I was gonna save her, like this and this and that. And
like,
then
how?
The people that you end up coming across, like Zeno and Gideon, which are the 2 main like antagonists that have been like chasing after her, she finally meets up with them, and she goes with them like willingly. And I was like, I get you were in a situation right there, you were connected to this girl even though you know her briefly, and you wanted to save her, but then as soon as that situation happens, you're just like, I'm gonna go with the other guys, I'm gonna join up with them. It's just like, that was kind of a weird switch up. Like, what, we're just gonna switch to the antagonist side just like that easily because that situation happened? So that was like a funny fun interesting situation right there. And so we get introduced to Zeno and Grace, and then we meet up with them, and then we get into a section where we play as Chloe, and you play as a little girl. You have to do like a whole little sneak section. She can't do anything. She's a little girl, so she doesn't have weapons, and you have to like fight these like I guess demon versions of her or whatever, experiment versions of her. So you had to sneak, and it was kind of funny because I didn't notice it, but as I was coming out, I was like, wait, this is the orphanage from 2 where we save Sherry in the first in the second one, where Claire comes into the orphanage and saves Sherry. And I was like, this is definitely coming down to like just nostalgia bait in a way, because now we're getting the orphanage and everything. But it adds a purpose because the orphanage is part of Raccoon City, and that's where the experiments were happening.
Everything started, yeah.
So it's like, it makes sense, but it's still kind of funny to see all that again. So we get through that whole stealth section. I hated it. I was like, because I feel like in those particular situations, they just throw you that to give you that extra section. I was like, you could have just made this an entire cutscene. You didn't have to make this a whole freaking section. But it was pretty easy. So we knocked that out. And then as soon as we switch back, Leon finally comes out and it's like about to get like, it's like, hey, give me back Grace and all that stuff. And then Zeno's like, I don't have time for you. We need to get out of here. And then he's like, and then out of nowhere, Mr. X comes back. And I was literally in my head, I was like, I was just kidding. Like, I didn't mean for him to be in the game, but here he is. I was just like, I was just kidding. There's no way. They just threw out Mr. X all over again. And so there's a small chase sequence. We get through that, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I'm getting flashbacks of RE2. That guy was terrifying in RE2.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Even though he was super slow, which at some point he wasn't as scary because I was like, oh, he's super slow. But he was definitely like unsettling. Is he going to come through this door?
Yeah, you never knew.
But it was kind of funny just seeing it. I was like, oh, okay, we're definitely going down this watery hole of nostalgia. And then we do that, we get through that section, we clear that section, and then we actually have a final boss fight with Mr. X, which was actually pretty easy, surprisingly, because like my guns were super juiced. Anyways, like the shotgun and the Requiem were literally like the things I was using, and he died pretty quick. I don't know, maybe like under a minute, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, we killed him.
We're done with that.
I was like, killed you a second time, or actually a third time, because technically we kill him. Well, technically we didn't kill him till the end of RE2, but we technically damaged him when Ada runs into him with the vehicle in the second one. And you actually get to go back into that like parking lot where that happens. I was like, hey, this is where my girl Ada ran into Mr. X, and the crack is still there and the vehicle's still there. Nice. And everything's still placed the same. And I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of cool, but it's just like I could have dealt with not having to see everything from like I saw in RE2. Yeah. But I feel like why they do Raccoon City, it's definitely a reflection period for Leon, because he's going back. That's where he first started, like his first job, and, like as a police officer. But like shit went down, so he like didn't even get like the welcome that they were trying to throw for him, because everything just happened.
He's been fighting for so many years.
Yeah, and he's like, and also too, he just kind of feels bad about it. Because he feels like he's been letting people down, like even in that scenario, even though he got out with Claire and saved Sherry, he still feels like, hey, I let you guys down. Even like Marvin, you see, he has a flashback with Marvin, which is the first police officer you come across when you get into the department in 2, and he kind of helps you out, and he's already infected, and so it reminisces of that, and it's got definitely a reflection. I guess I understand why they did it, is because it's like a reflection for like everything that he's been through from the beginning, and just him just not. Even though he's at this point and he's done a lot, he still feels like he's let down a lot of people. So I guess it serves its purpose to be able to be back in Raccoon City. Yeah. And yeah, definitely that. And then we get into like the laboratory, which is I already kind of figures like, if it ain't a Resident Evil game, if I'm not going into a laboratory at the end of the game. And so we go into the laboratory, and then I was like, and then I think I said in my head, or I said out loud, I was like, I wonder if we're already getting Mr. X, are we going to get lickers? I'm pretty sure we are. And sure enough, a little bit after we get into the laboratory section, lickers everywhere. That's like your main enemy. I was like, oh, I hate these guys. But it was kind of fun because you had the stealth mechanic now in this one, so you're actually able to sneak up behind them, and they can't see you. So you have to crouch behind them, and you're able to like stealth them. Oh, that's cool. But I remember like in 2, you had to take it out. It was so frustrating to deal with, especially if you had to do like a speed run, or not a speed run, but you're trying to get to certain areas. That thing's going to be constantly going at you. They definitely felt a little bit slower in this one. They still felt like threatening and everything, but they definitely felt slower. And yeah, you get a little bit of throwback before you get to the laboratory too. You get a motorcycle section as well, which felt like I'd never played it too much, but it felt very Resident Evil 6 when I was going through that motorcycle section. Yeah. I was like, this is fun. I was just like, this is kind of funny though, that we're getting a whole motorcycle section. And just like Leon and his one-liners, it's just hilarious. Because like he fights a big giant spider in Raccoon City, and you kill him, and he's like, I'm not on the menu. And I think when you go on the highway in Raccoon City after a motorcycle section, you knock out Gideon. He flies off the highway, and then Leon goes up, like looks at him. It's like, should have worn a helmet. I was like, bro, this guy with the one-liners, like, oh,
cheesy
for every single thing. Like, they're cheesy, but they're so fun at the same time. And yeah, you get to the laboratory section. It's a lot of stealthing. It was very short. It was actually a very short section, actually. And you finally, as soon as we get to the laboratory, we finally meet up with Grace, and we finally get a Grace section, but it's super short. Like, if you're able to speed run it, it's a super short section. So you really didn't get too much of a Grace after you did the first section with her, which is the long section. So I definitely felt like they could have made some of these. I don't know. I think maybe because I was complaining about how long the Raccoon City one. I feel like it's fine that they kept them like short, because I feel like I would have been like bored out of my mind again if not bored, but like, oh, this is gonna be a long section that just drags on. But overall, it was just it was fun. And then I don't know, the ending was very unsatisfying, because they give you two endings. So you could do the one where you destroy Elpis or save Elpis, which is like the thing that's like the key to the whole game, and or the mystery. And then you finally just find out that you can destroy Elpis, which I did the first time, because I was like, I think that's the correct answer that we're supposed to do. And so I did it, and it ends super abruptly. Like, I think like they find out, it's like, what'd you do? And it's like, oh, I'm destroying it. And then Zeno, which is like the Wesker or whatever, gets super mad, and he's like, oh, you weren't supposed to do that. We're supposed to like save it and everything. And then Leon saves Grace from getting killed by Zeno, and Leon, it's like a whole little cutscene. And it ends super fast, because I'm like, Leon's strong, but he ain't gonna be able to fight a Wesker, even if it's like a secondhand Wesker or whatever. He ain't gonna be able to kill that guy. And pretty much the way that ending ends is that Zeno kills Leon. Like, I was not expecting that. Like, he punches him. He's like super weak because he's like infected during the whole game. And then he's on his knees, and then it was like pulls out his revolver and then headshots Leon. I was like, oh, damn, we actually killed off my boy Leon. That was crazy. Like, I was shocked. I was like, oh my goodness, we actually did it. Because at the beginning, when I first heard about this game, I was like, they better not kill my boy Leon, because like, he's such a big part of the game that to kill off Leon's very risky, I feel like, if you were to do that. But they did. That's what I thought was the real ending. I was like, they actually killed him. Oh my god. And like, it ends super abruptly. So Leon dies, and then Grace is like, oh, I wish I could have saved you, because she gets to escape, and then the helicopter saves them, and it ends right there. That was the whole ending. I was like, what? We get no boss fight? I don't get anything. Like, there's not too much things that get added to the story. Leon dies, and then Grace just leaves, and Zeno, which you thought was going to be a boss fight, just dies with them because the whole laboratory blows up and everything, and it just goes to the credits. I was like, that's a little weird. Like, I don't know if I agree with that ending. Like, that's so abrupt. Like, I feel like there's still a lot more to expand on about like the whole story. And sure enough, you get to the credits, and then it's like, would you like to see the other ending? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to see the other ending. It's like, screw that ending. So then I go into the second ending, and 10 times better. So pretty much you save Elpis, and you end up finding out Elpis is a big old cure for the antivirus. And she ends up grabbing a vial and injects it in Leon, so then he's cured from his Raccoon City syndrome, I think, that he got from the second one. And she cures him, and then you have a standoff with Zeno, but then Gideon finally shows up, because again, also too, in the first ending, I was like, where the hell, we don't even get to fight Gideon. Gideon really died from falling off the highway. That's so stupid. And Gideon shows up, and then he's like, oh, he does like a whole spiel of stuff, and he kills Zeno like super quick, because Zeno injects himself with the virus as well, so he loses all his Wesker abilities. So then he's just a normal human. And then Gideon's like, he played a joke on you, because he thought it was a weapon. Zeno thought it was a weapon. Elpis was a weapon, so that's what he wanted it for, so like make him more powerful. But it was actually a cure, which is pretty much explained as Spencer's, because he's the cause of why everything happened. And it's pretty much his redemption way to be like, hey, I did a lot of bad, but this is my one way to be able to do something good, which I guess could be pretty meaningful. But at the same time, it's like, Spencer's always been considered the bad guy, so trying to add like a heart to this guy's character seems kind of weird that they did that. But it didn't take away from it. And Gideon kills Zeno, and I was like, what? We're really not gonna get a Zeno fight? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, this guy's like antagonist. He looks kind of cool, but he's just edgy, whatever. And we don't even get to fight him. That's crazy. And then we find a fighting Gideon, which was a pretty easy boss fight. And then you end up finding out that he had the Nemesis virus inside him, so you actually get like a Nemesis like boss fight. And I was like, again, really cheesy again, because I was like, another way to be like, hey, we mentioned Nemesis from like part 3. And I was like, they really just said, hey, nostalgia. And you actually fight when he gets into his final form. The way the boss fight is set up literally looks like the same boss fight you fight when you're a lot smaller, but when you fight as Jill in 3. And I was like, really? They couldn't just design a better boss fight or give me something new? They just decided to give me the exact same boss fight from 3, pretty much. A little different. So that was a little disappointing. I was like, I don't know if I like that necessarily. Still a better ending because there was a lot more dialogue added, and then like everything I was just talking about. So definitely added more. And I was like, okay, that was the canon ending. That's the ending that you're supposed to pick. Then it's like, then why give me the option to pick the other ending if that has nothing to do with the story and that's not the ending you guys wanted? What's the point of that? Just to give me that shock if you end up clicking that one and be like, oh boy, they just killed my boy Leon. I guess so. And yeah, we get to the ending. We save the city. He ends up giving a vaccine to Sherry, which is also infected by the same disease that Leon had, so she gets cured. And then Chris actually saves them Chris's team saves them from the facility.
Redfield?
Chris Redfield.
Yeah.
It's not Chris Redfield himself, but the people, his soldiers, come and save them because they're stuck in the facility because they're like, there's no way out. So then soldiers rope down, they save them. And so they save them, they get out, and then it's like, oh, where's Chris? Which I thought we were going to get like a quick like Chris cameo. It's like, oh, cool, we're going to see my boy Chris. And it's like, nope, we didn't get that. He was just like, I don't know.
Out of all those cameos, we don't get Chris.
Maybe Chris, or I think even Leon says, it's like, maybe I'll come across Chris sometime or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're not getting Chris, but we're getting these soldiers to like that are his team or whatever. He's like talking to Grace. And then Grace is like, oh, I'm sorry about Emily. Or she's still sad about Emily. And then Leon's like, well, I didn't shoot any of her vitals, so she should still be alive. And then we just got to go find her. And then we can inject her with the antivirus. And then she'll be cured. And she's like, oh, okay. So that kind of leaves it open to whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. So then she didn't die either. Okay. And then I think he ends up calling out. It's like Grace is just like chilling. And then I think Leon leaves to go do something. And sure enough, he like pulls off his gloves and stuff. And I was like, oh, he hasn't taken his gloves off this whole time. And you don't see it on the screen, but he like puts a ring on his finger as he's walking away. I didn't notice it right away, but I had to like watch another video or something like that for like the ending or something. And it said it's like he actually put a ring on. I was like, oh, my boy's married now. He's a family man now.
You're like, to who?
And and that's what my speculation came in. I was like, who would he be married to? But I'm like, the obvious answer is Ada Wong. And if and then someone said like a line. It was like, if it's not Ada Wong, it's wrong. And I was like, that's the only logical answer, because at the same time you could say Claire. But they have like a small interaction. Like they talk, they have like a whole two, and they're like have some time together. But there's not that much connection because I think Ada and him have more of a connection because she's like in every single game except this one. Which I was surprised that Ada Wong was not in this one. But apparently he does reference it because I think she says something in a different game, and he references it because I guess he's lying down while the infection's taking over, and he's like, "Oh, I was just resting my eyes." I guess it's a throwback to something that she said or he said in one of the other games when she sees him. And I was like, "Yeah, that's the only logical reason. That's the only logical person he could be married to." So if it's Claire, that's gonna be random, I guess, but I wouldn't mind it. But I want my girl Ada Wong to be married to my boy Leon.
Yeah.
But overall, pretty good game. I gave it like an 8. I think the last bit of the end was like could have been a little bit better and could have tied up a lot of things or could have added more mystery to it. It's definitely a setup for another game because I think at the end when they clear out the facility, another set of soldiers from a different team or whatever come down to the facility and they're like, oh yeah, they took out all the soldiers. We need to get this before the wolves come after us or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, so we're getting another game or maybe DLC, but definitely a setup for a new era of Resident Evil games. So it's definitely cool. And I think the beginning, if it would have stayed as the way the beginning was, the beginning of the game, I think I would probably give it a 9. But I think it stays at an 8 just because of that, the way that it all ties together. And I was like, this is cool. Like, I don't mind it, but I definitely feel like they could have went a different direction with all this stuff. But yeah, it is. I enjoyed it. I still will probably end up going back to it because I complete a majority of the challenges. I only have like a couple other ones that I have to complete. So maybe we'll play it on stream again. I don't know. It's kind of funny though because I finished Resident Evil 9. I was like, what do I play now? I don't know what to play now. What games do I play? Because I've been playing Resident Evil since December. Like all the Resident Evil games that I played. And it's just like feels weird to like hop into another franchise that isn't Resident Evil since I've been playing Resident Evil for so long. Yeah. Overall, still a pretty good game. I probably missed some extra stuff about the game, but I feel like I covered a majority of the stuff that was in there. But yeah, I overall enjoyed the crap out of it, and I definitely think it was pretty satisfying. Nice. But I think I surprisingly still like Resident Evil 8 more. Village, I don't know. The emotion was there. Oh, I bet. I think the only thing that got me emotional in the 9 was when they killed Leon. And I was like, it was more of a shock factor. It wasn't more like, like I was sad or whatever, anything like that. But like RE8 just hit differently, man. And I really enjoyed that one. I think I enjoyed that one more. I still like 9. Still definitely fun. But the story-wise, I think I was a lot more invested in 8 than 9. But those are my thoughts. Pretty satisfying. I can't wait to see if you end up playing it.
Yeah. That was an entire game review right there from start to finish.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you think games rely too much on jump scares?
I feel like there's some games that still rely on them, like kind of like your bigger games, but I feel like a lot more horror games now are kind of getting a lot more better with their atmosphere. Because I think Silent Hill's perfect example. Silent Hill F was a perfect example of that. It was very unsettling, very like, I don't know what's gonna happen and all that stuff. Like there was a couple jump scares, but I still like feel like the environment was there.
I feel like they were genuine scares. They weren't just like we're planning for this to happen. There was a few instances where I was like, whoa, like wasn't prepared for it. I think it does a really good job of balance.
Great game that balances out Dead Space. Dead Space, the one Dead Space right now. Like I think the environment is just perfect. The way all the sounds, everything. Sometimes nothing's even happening on your screen, but you think something's gonna happen. So like I love that game does that.
I will say.
I feel like there's still a lot of games that.
Some of the best sequences in that game is actually when you die, because depending on what enemies you're fighting and how you die, each one has a different sequence of how you die or how it kills you. So it's like if you don't experience it, you won't really know. Yeah. You won't really know until it happens to you. So there's been some times where I've gone through and I've been killed by a certain thing, and I was like, whoa, like that was a little graphic. I didn't know they were going to show that. So it's definitely got some wow factor and scare factor to it.
Oh, yeah. What else?
Do you think RE9 is more action than horror? Just based off
I definitely feel like there was some horror at the beginning, and then it kind of just fully became action. Because I think the first segment was done very well with switching up between like the horror elements and then like the action between Leon. And then as soon as you get out of that whole facility, I don't know. I feel like it's still scary, but it kind of loses its thing and it kind of becomes more action, because especially you don't get a gray segment till like the very end after you get through that whole section. And they're lickers, so I don't think they're really scary. They're just more intimidating, because you're like, if they wake up, they're gonna they notice me, they're gonna kill me super quickly, because I only have a pistol, so I'm not gonna be able to do anything. So I definitely feel like it was doing a good job of being horror and action, and then I feel like after that it just kind of slowly became not so scary, and it was more just like action adventure type of thing. Okay, so
fair enough.
What would you say about Silent Hill F? Do you think it's more?
I think it has a really good balance of like horror and action. I feel like there's more horror than there is on the action side of things. Because, like I said, the fighting and combat's very limited in that game. So like the action is more of like it's a choice. Like you don't necessarily have to fight anything when you're going through the fog in the town. It's one of those things where like if it's in the way to where you need to go, then obviously take it out. But for the most part, you could avoid a lot of that and just kind of experience the story and the horror for what it is. I mean, there are sections, like I said, that are inescapable where you do have to fight certain things. So, like, for the most part, I would say it's optional to fight. You don't have to fight. Because some of that stuff is kind of freaky. So, it's like when you come across it, you're not really like, I'm going to avoid this because I don't like confrontation. Kind of thing, one of those things. I think for a game like that, Silent Hill in general, like that title, it's not something that's very, like, won't have mainstream appeal.
I definitely feel like the Silent Hills before that are very like mainstream, but I feel like with this new Silent Hill F, I feel like it won't fall into that like mainstream era because I feel like people played that game with Silent Hill F, but I feel like if anyone talks about Silent Hill, they're always going to be talking about the original ones, or Silent Hill 2 remake. I feel like is what people are going to go back to when they talk about Silent Hill 2. So I definitely feel like the other titles might have a little bit more of a mainstream appeal than this one.
I don't think it's a popular title like most horror franchises like Resident Evil. There's a nice community of people that will like and enjoy Silent Hill for what it is. But like compared to like Resident Evil, like who has like a major fan base
because of the balance of everything that they have. Like they have some action, they have some horror. Like, it kind of takes into consideration multiple like types of people. Yeah. Where I think Silent Hill is like
story driven,
like very specific type of like community.
Yeah, it's a very story driven franchise, which I do like and enjoy. Like they do a better job telling the stories in game than they do the movies. That's just how I feel.
But even though how good Silent Hill 2 remake was, I feel like not a lot of other people talk about that game really with like the remake. I feel like people played it and then it was kind of like, all right, that's it.
They shelved it. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So like definitely. That's the thing, I guess, the difference between Silent Hill and Resident Evil. You'll have people talking about Resident Evil for like
long periods
of time. Where Silent Hill, you'll have people talk about it, but not as frequently.
Right. There's more Resident Evil games than there is Silent Hill games. That's for sure.
I don't know. They have a lot of side projects that are not like have 1, 2, and 3 of them because they have like Downpour, Shattered Memories, Homecoming, Silent Hill 1 through 4.
I feel like on a yearly basis, there's more Resident Evil games.
We're gonna definitely have a lot of Silent Hill more games if we're gonna be getting a lot one every single year.
Yeah, I just hope they don't take away like
the quality.
Yeah, I would rather a game company take their time on it and wait 2 to 3 years before they drop another title.
If they're gonna do one every single year and they haven't disappointed with Silent Hill F and Townfall, from the little bit that I saw, actually looks kind of cool. I'm all for it. Yeah, I'm all for it. One every single year if it's gonna be. But if it drops down in quality, where I'm like, I don't know if this was really a good game, then you know what, you should probably change it to like maybe 2-3 years.
Because that's like in any game. Like when they start cutting corners, like us as players, we'll see it and be like, you know what, I would have preferred it waited another year than to give me something that's half finished. Yeah, in my honest opinion, it's worth the wait. Yeah, quality is much better than quantity. And when it comes to games and. I think anybody out there can agree with that. You would rather your titles have a better story, more action, things planned out versus just kind of like, hey, we're partially done with the game, we're going to give it to you, and then 3 months later we'll finish the rest of it. Yeah. Which I don't like.
With DLC expansions.
And I don't like. But I get it. That's kind of a tough thing for like any single player game. How do you just add DLC when you've completed the game? Like I know some games have done it and some have been successful, but for the most part it's kind of hard.
Because at the same time, some of the times when these DLCs come out, they really have no effect on the actual overall story. Yeah. It's kind of just like
if it doesn't change the ending, what's the point?
You want more of this game? Here you go, play this DLC, you get more of this game. But it doesn't really connect back to the story too much depending on which type of DLC it is or how they go about that DLC.
Yeah, and then I don't know. We'll ask the audience. Like, which game would you pick? Would you Resident Evil 9 over Silent Hill F? I mean, if you've played it or you haven't played it,
or based off on the reviews that we just got right now on the thing, which one sounds more exciting to play? Appealing to jump into.
But everybody has.
Let us know in the comments. We've been seeing a couple comments lately. We had a big comment in the last podcast.
Yeah. Shout out to Brandon.
Talking about like their whole experience with like gaming and stuff and like how they started and where they're at now. So definitely cool to see.
And it's very relatable what he said. I'm just like, that's cool. Yeah. I'm like, our stories may not be similar, but like, you know, as far as like how I came to be, like I'm like, that's relatable. We all have our own experiences.
We commented back, left a like for that comment, but it was really cool to see that comment and have someone actually taking the question that we added to that podcast and them answering it and giving us their own take or perspective of how they went about that. So,
and then Rudy likes turtles apparently.
Yeah, Rudy likes turtles. Did you know that?
I do now.
I know, I do now. But yeah, it's definitely a pretty jam-packed podcast today. I didn't think we are gonna be this long. I feel like I could have probably went on for another like 20 minutes with my Resident Evil 9 review because I feel like there's some things that I probably missed out that I'm gonna think about later on after this podcast comes off, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I could have said that. But at the same time, we would want to keep you guys here forever watching this podcast. But if you Yeah, I don't know. Let us in the comments if you like the longer videos, the longer podcasts, or the shorter ones that we've had, because we have like a mix of stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
We have ones that are shorter. We have some ones that have been getting longer as we go. I feel like each episode that we release gets slightly longer than the previous one, which is interesting. That just means that we have more to talk about, and we have more things that we want to say about certain situations instead of trying to rush through the whole conversation and be like, oh, well, I missed that, or I skipped that, or that didn't sound as informative as it should have been. So let us know down in the comments as well, seeing if you like the longer stuff or the shorter stuff, and maybe we can adjust to how long you guys like these podcasts to be. And like as usual, we'll have our links right here that I've been doing a pretty good job of putting in here. And then we'll also we did have to do a quick little shout out for our Dubby partner, which is awesome. I've still been drinking this. Still haven't gotten tired of this flavor yet. Yeah. It's definitely been helpful, especially with like my new work schedule. It's definitely been getting me through the whole day. And yeah, it's just usually something after I drink after a while, it usually loses its like flavor. I'm just like, oh, I've already had that multiple times. But no, it stays pretty consistent with me wanting it, because it's not like I have it every single day or every hour.
And we'll leave the link.
In the same, where we have our links that we just put up earlier.
With our discount code
we'll
and
have the discount code and everything on there, and you'll get 10% off. So
use it, get it for yourself.
They do have a drop down. I think they still have it, but they have a starter pack now that you can get, that they released, that pretty much you get a sipper and you get 3 flavor packets of 3 different flavors. I don't know which flavors they are, but you do get 3 different flavors, which is kind of cool. So in case you don't want a tub, you can get that starter pack, get your own sipper, and get 3 packets. So 3 different flavors that you could try. Yep. And then if you do try the flavors, let us know in the comments which ones are your favorite, and then maybe we can end up having it on the stream, or maybe we try it ourselves and see if we like it as well.
Definitely.
But yeah, I hope everyone has a good day. Stay silent, stay lethal, and I hope you've been enjoying this stuff. And it's been a great journey, and we're just getting super close to episode 10, which is going to be interesting. Woo. We'll see what we do with that. So stay tuned.
Yep. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
Later, everyone.
And we'll talk to you guys later.